Chad.
Let him cook.
Chad.
Let him cook
Listen
now.
to this man ask. Chat. Chat. It is
Let him cook.
time.
Let him cook now.
One Piece. Chapter 1132.
Let him cook
It
now.
is time. Before we get started, drop the like on the stream. Leave a like down below so we can get it done and over with. Everyone drop a like on the stream. How are we doing, everybody? We're here. One Piece chapter 1132. Live reaction to the chapter. Guys, the chapter is not out on TCB yet, okay? The chapter is not out on TCB, but the chapter is out on OP scans, and I know a lot of people read OP scans. They've been improving their scan quality. They've been improving their translations for many months now. So chat, stop slandering and stop sleeping on OP scans. They've been really working their way up in terms of translation and in terms of scan quality, guys. So we're going to be reacting off that, guys, okay? And I know a lot of people were already hitting me up. They're like, yo, go live, go live, go live. Yo, please go live. And I looked at the time. It's already 1 p.m. EST. I figured like either I go live now or TCB ends up dropping later tonight. But if we get lucky and during this stream TCB releases, then maybe we could switch over to the TCB since a lot of people keep asking for TCB. But I figured like, okay, either I don't stream, either I don't stream because the TCB is not out and people really want TCB, or I do stream and we react to the OP scans. And you guys know how the OP community is. People want to slander and be biased. I get it. It's just within the human nature. But you have to understand that OP scans, truly, guys, truly, I say to you that OP scans has stepped up their translations the past few months, and they've stepped up their scan quality. So I don't know what there would be to complain about. I mean, like, maybe if you were looking at OP scans 4, 5, 6, 7 months ago, maybe you could have some complaints. Maybe I could hear you out. But nowadays, like, the scans are very high quality. They're pumping out the chapters very quickly. The translations are a lot better now. So just be on the lookout for that, guys. I'm so happy to see you guys here. Guys, how are we doing, guys? How are we doing? How is the fam doing? We got lots of people here. We got Leon. What's good, brother? We got Tiante. I hope you're doing good, Tiante. God bless you, your mother, your daughter, your friends, your family. Tiante, may Jesus Christ be with you. May you find him and discover what the truth is. Shout out, big shout out to 3-Day Trip, guys. Thank you so much, 3-Day Trip. Thank you. She posted the link, guys, to 1132, okay? If you guys want to read the chapter, she posted it, okay? I'm going to pin the link at the top of the stream chat. Thank you so much, 3-Day Grace. I was going to say 3 Days Grace. Yeah, the rock band, 3 Days Grace. No, 3-Day Trip. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing good, 3-Day. I hope you're doing great. Artie, my boy Artie. Will of Dreams. We got the boy. Did I mention Axe? Yo, chat, call me out if I didn't say anything to Axe, bro. Just call me out, bro. Name me. Did I not call out the boy Axe? Did I not name him? We got the boy. Where'd he go? Karu, what's good? Welcome in, King. I'm glad to see you, bro. We got all the regulars here. We got Maya. I'm so happy to see you. We have Jin Marks. Welcome in. I hope you're doing great, Jin Marks. God bless you. Chi BK, we got the link at the top of the stream chat. I'm glad to see you. We got Pakes and Elsa. Welcome both of you in. We got Lucas. What's good, bro? Am I missing anybody? I always feel so bad, like, when I'm like, you know, naming everybody, I'm shouting everybody out, and then I miss one person, and they're probably thinking like, dude, is he ignoring me? Does this guy hate me? Chat, I don't hate you, okay? Well, maybe I do. Maybe secretly I despise your existence. Simon, what's good, bro? How you doing? Damon, welcome back, bro. Art, the other Arts, Arturo, what's good, bro? How you been, bro? We got Finburst, the Michelangelo, and Lucas, the Kings, the young Kings. How we doing, guys? So as I said, I have the let me move over a little bit. I downloaded the chapter, okay? But if you guys don't want to download the chapter, as I said a few times now, 3 days. I'm gonna start calling her 3 days grace. Yeah, 3 days grace. She linked the chapter. We have it pinned at the top of the stream chat, okay? So, guys, how we feeling? How we feeling? Did anyone read the chapter yet? Has anyone read the chapter? Maybe I should put up a poll real quick. Hold on, let's put up a poll. I always forget to put up the polls. Okay, so start a poll. Let's say rate the chapter. Okay, guys, as you know, YouTube doesn't let me do 10 options. We can only do 4 options, okay? If you guys think the chapter is worse than a 7 out of 10, just vote 7, okay? So you guys can vote either a 10, 9, 8, or 7. I want to see what the ratings are, guys. I want to see what the ratings are. I hope this chapter is not mid, okay? I hope this chapter has some gas in it. I hope there's something to talk about, something to cook with. You know, obviously we reacted to the short summary and the long summary. And my thought process was that this chapter isn't going to be for the head. It's going to be for the heart. You know, a lot of OP chapters fall in one of those two categories, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. When you get a OP chapter, when you get a new chapter, either it's a chapter for the head or it's a chapter for the heart, okay? I feel like this chapter is going to be a chapter for a heart, given that we're truly for real this time in Elbaf. And we know that we're going to get a flashback from chapter 129 all the way back in Little Garden with Luffy and Usopp talking about Elbaf. So I feel like this chapter isn't going to be for theories. It's not going to be for mind-blowing events and the foreshadowing and the parallels. I don't think this chapter too much. And yeah, they did mention the Sunstone, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But I digress. I feel like this chapter is going to be for the heart. What do you guys think, chat? So we got some votes. Guys, we need more votes, man. Stop being lazy. Stop. Listen. Stop being lazy. Like the stream. Rate in the poll what the chapter is. No excuses. Okay? We got 12 votes. We got, in first place, the chapter is a 9 out of 10. Why? To those of you who vote to those of you who voted 9 out of 10, why? Leon, what's good, bro? Sunstone Discovery would be nice. Ayo. Evil, I haven't read. How can I vote? I haven't read. How can I vote? Okay, listen. If you haven't read it, okay, just ignore all that. But I'm talking to the people that have read the chapter, and I know there's a lot of people that as soon as they get a ping, as soon as they see the OP scans drop, they drop everything they're doing and they go and read the chapter. So there has to be a bunch of people in here that have already read it. Hey, Axe, bro, all love. How you been? Axe, how have you and your significant other been, bro? Vazu, what's good, bro? He said 10 out of 10. Hey, you better not be glazing, bro. You guys better not be glazing, bro. If I read this chapter and I give it a 7 or an 8, I'm gonna be upset. We can't, chat, we can't be Oda Angels out here. We can't be Oda Angels out here. We can't be glazers. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to get into the reaction? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? I vote in the end? All right, fair enough. Fair enough. If you guys haven't read the chapter, don't worry about voting, okay? I get it. Fair enough. Will of Dreams said Sunstone Tech and Info World Building. Hey, I can't wait to see if the chapter possibly has a little bit more details about the Sunstone. Obviously, we only read the spoilers. You guys know what we were saying, man. You guys know what we were saying in regards to that Sunstone. And I want to save that for later, okay? If you guys weren't here for the spoiler streams, don't worry. When they mentioned the Sunstone this chapter, spoiler alert, I guess. If you got... Okay, let me just stop. I'm already spoiling people that haven't read the chapter. Look, we'll have some things to talk about, okay? I'll just keep it at that. Axe said, we good, doing well. How are you? I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm staying in the word. I'm staying in the scripture. I'm building my relationship with the true God, the triune God. May he be glorified in through me to bring Christ glory. Just staying in the scripture, man. Growing my relationship with Christ. It's been great. Eric, what's good, bro? All right, guys, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready for One Piece? Chapter 1132. Elbaf Adventure. You know, we got the mid cover story, but hey, that's all right. That's all right, man. So whatever. Mid cover story. So whatever, bro. Oda, just keep dropping mid on the cover stories until Blackbeard shows up on at Wano, then I'll forgive you. That's what I'm gonna do, chat. I will allow Oda to just continuously drop 19 volumes of mid cover stories until Blackbeard arrives. Then, you know, then I'll give Oda his flowers. Lucas was good. Nah, not ready. Yap more. Man, I don't think anyone in this chat would ask for more yapping. Lucas, you got to be the one and only guy. Haha, they're going to reveal Toki in the cover story? Dude, no way. Toki has to be dead, bro. Wait, do people actually think Toki's alive? No way people believe Toki's alive. Man, I still think Bonnie... Chat, did Oda ever shut down the theory that Bonnie has Toki's fruit? Because that would actually be the wildest theory. I remember we mentioned it in videos when I was dropping a lot of content. I think I even made it. Didn't I make a video about Bonnie having the Toki Toki no Mi? Or did I never put the video out? I don't even know. But I don't remember if Oda shut down that theory or not. People do believe a lot of things. We're witnessing Awakened to Yap Yap no Mi. Nah, you haven't seen the Awakens version yet. You've only seen the Gear 4. You haven't reached the Gear 5 Yap Yap no Mi yet. You just wait on that. All right, guys. I say we start on this chapter, guys. I say we start with the chapter reaction. As you know, chat, we got to do a little prayer for everyone in the stream chat, especially our boy Young Smokey. Our boy Young Smokey, guys, our brother Young Smokey. It is his birthday today. All right, chat. I don't think he'll come to the stream. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. He's probably busy. God bless him, guys. If Young Smokey drops into the stream, I need every single person to just at him. Just be like, at Young Smokey, happy birthday. All right, chat? That's going to be the mission. Maybe he's lurking right now. I don't know. Maybe you guys can comment down below right now. Maybe he watches the VOD. Hey, Young Smokey, have an amazing birthday, bro. I care about you truly. You are a young king. You are a great friend. You are extremely generous. You are a hilarious guy with the super chats. And you could cook with the theories, Young Smokey. You're great. You're an amazing person, bro. You're an amazing brother. I wish you the best in life. I hope you stand tall. You stand true. You stand courageous. God blesses you with many more years. Happy birthday, Wunk Wokey. Yo, Javi, what's good, bro? How you doing, young Javi? Young Javi. We got Maths. What's good, Maths? Summoning circles. All right, you want me to summoning circle him on some Gorosei type beat? Have you seen video of Luffy and Zoro together? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the live action? I think you did put it out, and even before we said Bonnie is in the warm eddy. Yo, Axe, you've been one of the best theorists when it comes to Bonnie. Like out of anybody I've ever watched on YouTube, even though I don't really watch too much One Piece anymore, out of anybody I ever talked to on the topic of Chad, don't take this out of context. This sounds kind of wild out of context. Look, on a theory level, not on some creepy weirdo stuff. Axe has been like the top chef with Bonnie theories and Bonnie takes. We've had many conversations about Bonnie and Dragon and Kuma. This man, Axe, has always been on a different level. All right, guys, listen, we're going to start with the chapter. We're going to start with the chapter reaction. But before we dive into it, guys, you know, we have to give a quick prayer to the Most High, to Jesus Christ. We got to give a quick prayer. And then we're going to get the show on the road. All right, guys? So those of you that are Christian, join me in this prayer. Those of you that are not, I guess just bear through it. Dear Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, And forgive our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Lord Jesus Christ, my shield, my refuge, my stronghold, my deliverer, my guider, my shepherd, thank you so much for another day of life, Jesus. Thank you for giving me another day of life to wake up with breath. Thank you for allowing me to spend another day on this earth. Thank you for giving me food. Thank you for giving me shelter and water. Thank you for giving me protection, information, knowledge, courage. Thank you for doing this everlasting list of things for me. And thank you for doing all of those things as well for everyone watching the stream. Jesus, thank you for giving every person watching the stream guidance. Thank you for giving them love and understanding and patience and courage and protection. Thank you for all that you do. Lord, I repent I repent for my sins. I'm having a renewed mind, body, and spirit. I repent for everything I've ever done wrong in life. All the weed I smoked, all the alcohol I drank, all the corn I would watch, all the hatred I would spew, all the judgmental, evil thoughts I would have, the violence I would have. Lord, I repent for all of my sins and my ongoing sins. I repent for my foul language. And God, I ask and I seek for your forgiveness, Jesus Christ, and I'll do anything I can to turn my back on those sins and walk a new life, walk down the narrow gate. I will turn my back and truly repent on the sins. Lord, I ask you today to bless this stream. I ask you today to bless everyone watching the stream, whether they're typing in the chat or they're not, they're lurking. Christ, I ask that you bless them. We all struggle in life, Lord. And my Lord in heaven, I trust in you, and I've discovered your trueness. I've discovered your truth, and I know that you're the answer to everything. You're the answer to the problems. Christ, I ask that you give these people courage whenever they're in fear. I ask that you give them guidance whenever they're lost, because I was a lost sheep. And you left the 99 sheep on the mountain to come save me. So if you saved me, a wicked, rotten sinner who was just on weed and alcohol and on all this filth and degeneracy, living completely in sin, I was in bondage to sin. I was like hard-hearted. I didn't even think about Jesus. I didn't even care about God. I didn't even care about those kinds of things. If you managed to save me and renew everything in my soul, I know that you could do the same for others. So please, Lord, help everyone in the chat. I know there's lost sheep in the chat. Please save them. They need a shepherd. They are lost sheep without a shepherd. Help them with their finances, God. Please bless them with abundance. Help them in health. Help them in their relationships with their girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, parents, friends. Please help them and guide them to live a way that you would approve of, for you to approve of. Help them walk more Christ-like. Lord, please help them through their health. Help them through their fitness, their career, whatever struggles they have that makes them feel so alone in the world, that makes them feel like they can't ever catch a break. I ask that you show up and you give them a sign of your truth, because you are the truth. Please bless them, God. Please take care of them. Please protect them. Please give them everything they need to live a good, happy life. And finally, Lord Christ, I yield everything to you. I yield my will to you. Let not my will be done, let your will be done. I yield my plans to you. I yield everything to you, Jesus Christ, because you know what's best. You are the one that created the universe. You are the one that created my DNA. You are the one that created the laws of physics. The triune God, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, in the name of Jesus, we pray, amen, chat. Amen. Wait, is Young Smokey in here? Ah, Young Smokey's not in here. I thought Young Smokey was in here. I saw a happy birthday, Young Smokey. It was when we were saying it early. Amen, chat. Now it's time. One Piece 11:32. 11:32. Guys, who's ready? Who's ready for this heat? Who's ready for this heat? 11:32 Elbaf Adventure. Oni Child Yamato's Golden Pilgrimage. Golden Pilgrimage? I thought it was Surrogate. Whatever. Volume 19. Udon Castle being reconstructed at the mines. Zen, what's good, brother? What's good? was good. Okay, guys, there's not much to say about this cover story, man. Like, what is there to say? That Blackbeard might show up? There's nothing else to say, chat. There's nothing else to say. Does anyone have any comments? Does anyone have any comments on the cover story before we move on? Because I don't have anything I need to say. Oh, Young Smokey! Happy birthday! Happy birthday
Let him cook now.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Smokey. Happy birthday to you. Let's go. The GOAT of the community. The legend, the man, the myth, the legend. Happy birthday, bro. Said, I appreciate all the birthday wishes. LOL, I was taking my dog to the groomers. Man, lucky dog. Hey, what kind of dog do you have, bro? Young Smokey, don't tell me you have a Chihuahua, bro. This man, Young Smokey's gonna say, nah, bro, I got a bulldog. He has a Pomeranian. Oh, is he a, wait, is he a Sagittarius? I don't even know about the astrology stuff because of other things. All I know is that I'm a Sag, bro. Chat. To those of you that are into the astrology, I'm not really into that. I wouldn't co-sign it per se. But hey, if you're into that, I'm a Sag. Okay, I'm a Sagittarius. That has to be the best sign, right, chat? Can anyone co-sign that? Is it like a male Sagittarius, like the best form of being a human? We got OP Fanatic. German Shepherd. Oh, hey, bro, bro, that's what I was telling my girl. When we get our first dog, we gotta get a German Shepherd, bro. I also like, what's it called? The gray, like a gray Frenchie. Bro, gray French Bulldogs, gray Frenchies, they have to be like the cutest dog, bro. And German Shepherds, because I do want a cute dog, but then I also want a big dog, because, chat, my goal, when I have my family, I'm going to get a house. I'm going to live on the outskirts, bro. Chat, I'm going to live off the grid, straight up. I'm going to live off the grid. I'm going to buy a big piece of land, a big plot of land, and I'm going to have a big gate, right? A big gate around my house, covered in cameras, okay? And those cameras, when someone pulls up, it's going to be triggered, and I'm going to know before someone even reaches the door, when they're way out. When they reach the gate, it gets triggered. Then we got dogs behind the gate in front of the house. Big, scary, mean, vicious, loud dogs that are going to bark. Then I'll have cameras leading up to the house. Chat, I'm going to live, literally, bro, chat, I'm going to be living in a compound, bro. Like, my house, bro, my plot of land is literally going to be looking like a Mexican cartel compound. No one's getting near me, bro. Straight up. No one's getting near me. Yo, if you're gonna have to send the SWAT to take me down. Sounds like a nice plan. German Shepherd sounds cool. Who does bro think he is? No one's going after you. Hey, bro, with as much as I name the Jew, who knows, man? I mean, look, they're trying to go after Lucas Gage. Look at what they were doing to Lucas Gage. They were swatting this man and doxing this man and showing up to Lucas Gage's house. Young Smokey, it is your birthday. What are you doing, dude? It's not my birthday. It's your birthday. 200. A 200 super chat from Mr. Young Smokey. Wow, dude. Thank you so much, man. On his own birthday, he can still be so generous and giving and loving, dude. Yo, Young Smokey, you make me look like a fool, bro. I'm a fool. I am a clown in the sight of you, bro. Live off the grid, start a family compound, and create your own economy. Putting on for America is over, done. They don't value us. Generational wealth is key. Bro, facts. See, like, bro, I have such a mixed relationship with America, man. Because part of me, I don't want to get too much into the yapping. I know that we were going to start the chapter. But Young Smokey, like, part of me, like, I don't want to be the kind of person that turns my back on America, right? Because I was born in America. I'm American. I literally have Native American blood in me, right? I don't want to be the kind that turns my back. But this country is so godless. This country is so degenerate. If you read through the book of Revelation, the final book of the Bible, and you see how they talk about Babylon, America is literally Babylon. Like with the filth, with the degeneracy, spreading it to all other countries. We see how America cares so much about the merchants and the exports. Dude, this country is just Babylon. And I've mentioned this on TikToks. So like I'm in a dilemma. Do I abandon my home country? Because I can't, bro, I'm not going to be able to save this country by myself, chat. No one's going to save this country. It's not going to be Kamala. It's not going to be Trump. It's not going to be RFK. No one's saving this country unless it's Jesus. But here's the problem. There's the problem. People don't want to accept God. A wise man once said, Brian T. once said, this world's so wicked, they say God is what you make them. They push him away instead of choosing to embrace him. That is the story of my life, bro, for America. This world's so wicked, they say God is what you make him. They push him away instead of choosing to embrace him. This country will fail without Christ. And if you don't believe me, why did this country become the superpower when we were 96% Christian? Explain that one. But Young Smokey, what do I do, man? Do I stay here and live in this filth? Or do I go, I don't know if I should say the exact place, the exact country. I have a really good country that's very far away, that's not degenerate like this. What do I do? Live in the filth or leave? Do myself a favor and leave, but then I turn my back on my home. Like, Young Smokey, thank you so much, bro. $200 super chat. You're out of this world, man. Thank you, Young Smokey. Happy birthday again, bro. Many happy birthdays to Young Smokey, bro. And Simon with the 279. Thank you, brother. Don't let a Ruby Ridge happen. What is that? A Ruby Ridge. Don't let a Ruby Ridge happen to you. What is that? Chat, what is a Ruby Ridge? Don't let a Ruby Ridge happen to you. What is that? Keep yourself safe and you can make it in these crazy times, bro. You have to. Look at America, bro. People getting their house broken into all the time, bro. Simon, thank you, bro. What is a Ruby Ridge? And we got Saeed. Bro, Saeed, let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Is it Saeed? Saeed? Thank you, bro. He said, happy birthday, Young Smokey. Look at this man, Saeed. He super chatted just to tell Young Smokey happy birthday. What a nice guy. Saeed, you're an amazing guy, bro. Thank you. Shout out to Saeed. Shout out to Simon. Gigantic shout out to Young Smokey. All right, I'm gonna wait for Simon to tell me what a Ruby Ridge is. All right, guys, let's start the chapter, okay? Enough of the delay. Enough of the delay. We're here. Simon says, a man left to live alone with his family like you, said, and the government offed his whole family for that. What? A man left to live alone with his family like you said, and the government offed his whole family for that. Even if you buy the land, they won't stop. Bro, what do? We literally live in 1984. Big Brother is just the... Big Brother are the... Newspeak is politically correct. What do we do? And Young Smokey, you need a mental evaluation, brother. Do you need a psychiatrist, bro? Here, with all the money you're giving me through the super chats, let me get you therapy, dude. Young Smokey, bro, thank you so much, man. 100. This is your birthday. You send me a $200 super chat, a 100. Bro, I'm a clown compared to you. Thank you so much, man. Create a path forward. If you put it in God's hands, you will find your answer. Hey, it says it in the Bible. Knock and you shall get an answer, bro. Seek and you will find. Your family and friends will help you, so lean on them if you need them. I would just create a family compound and trade goods and services. Yes! You can't be serious right now. You can't be serious. $200 super chat, $100 super chat, $100 super... Bro. Let me find out you're Bill Gates, dude. Let me find out you're a Rothschild. This man, Young Smokey, is a Rothschild in disguise, dude. Young Smokey, I'm at a loss for words at this point. I would just create a family compound and trade goods and services with those you love. That is an amazing idea. That seems like the only good plan to not be off and suffer. Young Smokey with another $100 super chat. Also for my B-Day, I want some Robin boobs. Hey, you know what, Young Smokey? You know, on a normal day, I would definitely call you a simp and a thirsty man. But hey, today you get a pass, okay? Today you get a pass. I hope that you're able to get some Robin boobs. Hey, Lord, I repent for that. But Young Smokey, I wish for your dreams to come true. Thank you so much, man. This guy, dude. This dude is insane. A $200 super chat from Smokey. Turns around and drops a $100 super chat. Turns around and does another. This guy, man. Thank you so much, bro. Damon said now you need to do a Robin cosplay for Young Smokey. Oh, hell no, bro. You're telling me to do a Robin cosplay? Bro, you guys are some freaks, bro. To the 1-2 girls watching the stream, are these guys not some freaks? They want me to cosplay as Robin. Bro, I do not trust the chat. If I cosplayed as Robin, I don't know what you guys are going to be doing with those screenshots, dude. I do not trust you sickos. See, you guys are nasty, bro. Try being less nasty, and maybe these women will give you a chance. We got Eli. What's good? I'm on board. Eli, no. All right, we're moving along. We're leaving that behind. Young Smokey, I hope you're able to find you a Robin. Young Smokey, you told me last stream you found a Robin, bro. You were watching this stream with a girl, and the girl approved of this stream. Bro, she's your Robin, man. Look, help her find Christ. If you're a true leader, you can lead your girl to that. Maybe she already found Christ. But once that happens, bro, lock it down, Smokey. Just lock it down with her, bro. Don't fumble that. If she's a follower of Christ and she's a One Piece fan, what more could you ask for? All right, chat, we're starting this chapter. We're starting chapter 1132.
Let him cook now.
Wow! It's the great Eric. The giant warrior pirates have returned. Thank goodness they're on time. Hey, captains, will you stop by the tavern for drinks? Elbaf's child, Colin. Yo, he finally has a name, man. Colin. Chat, do we all agree that's how we pronounce his name? It's not Colin, it's Colin, right? Colin? Yo, yo, forget Colin. His name is Boofy, bro. Chat, can we just not call him Colin? Can we just call him Boofy? This is Boofy. He literally grew up in Elbaf, bro, sitting in the bar with Shanks. This dude is Boofy. No. Eee. Oh no, it looks like they'll be heading up directly. Is that so? Well, they do have guests, so it seems better that way. Once they start drinking, they'd keep going for 3 days straight. Dude, 3 day. 3 day. Another mention of 3 day, bro. 3 days straight. We got a 3-day trip. And I was saying earlier, 3 days grace. Yo. Hey, 3-day trip. Something important or special or good might happen to you. I'm seeing the signs. 3-day trip in the chat. I said 3 days grace. The chapter says 3 days straight. Yo, there's something about 3 days. Oh, you know what else is 3 days? Who rose on the third day? Who rose on the third day? Can someone confirm who rose on the third day? Who was that? Because we got 3-day trip in the chat. I was talking about 3 days grace. The chapter's talking about drinking for 3 days straight. Who rose on the third day again? All right, Boofy. I'm glad you have a name. They're claiming that your name is Colin. I don't believe it. Mistranslation. His name is Boofy, guys. Don't listen to One Piece scans. Don't listen to OP scans. Don't listen to TCB. Don't even listen to the official. Okay? His name is Boofy. You should go on up to the Sun Realm. Here, take Ripley's favorites with you. There's Dad's favorite too. Wow, thanks. The pirates that Captains Dory Brog are taking along, do you know them? The pirates that Captains Dory Brog are taking along, do you know them? It's the one who recently became a Yonko. Red Hair Crew's captain said it too. Why don't they say? Why doesn't he just say Shanks? Why does he say Red Hair Crew's captain? Don't forget this name, Straw Hat Luffy. Look at that. Yo, I don't want to hear any more evil Shanks theories, bro. Rat Shanks, it's out the window, bro. We're throwing Rat Shanks into the garbage. Chat, no more condoning that theory. Next time you guys see someone try to tell you that Shanks is evil and that Shanks is a snake, Shanks is a rat, bro. Chat, bully them offline, bro. No, not literally. I'm just kidding. Eradicate them. Why is he going around parading around Luffy all the time? Rat Shanks is more so a meme than a theory. Yeah, that's what I thought until people were making full-fledged posts about it. People were literally arguing and debating over it. Dude, that's not a meme anymore. If you're posting an essay, you're posting a whole video, you're arguing, you're going back and forth, dude, that's not a meme anymore. That is not a meme anymore. And it's exactly the same situation as Kaido being a poneglyph. It is the same exact situation. Someone, as a joke, made the theory that Kaido is a poneglyph, and other people looked at it and they saw that and they began believing it and they actually began pushing it. They began peddling the idea. When in originality, the guy who originally said Kaido was a poneglyph, it was for a joke. It was a joke post, and everyone who read it actually believed it and pushed it as a real theory. It is the same situation with evil Shanks. Most of the people at the beginning, they said Rat Shanks. Shanks is a rat. It was just a joke. But then other people want to piggyback on it and they want to actually push it and they want to make a 20-minute video. They want to make a whole essay on Reddit. They want to argue back and forth on Twitter and Discord. That is not a joke anymore, dude. That's not a meme, you know? But he snitched to Gorsei, he's a rat. It's not snitching. If you have to understand, look at the pieces at play, right? Shanks has no allegiance to Blackbeard. So if you think that Shanks is snitching on Blackbeard by talking to the Gorsei, then you might as well say that Shanks is snitching on Blackbeard by talking to Whitebeard. Whitebeard is not the Straw Hats. The Whitebeard crew is not the Straw Hat crew. Therefore, they are not of our kin. So Shanks basically looked at the situation. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And Shanks has Figureland blood. I think we can all agree on that. And I don't want to stay too long on this topic because we do talk about it again. But either way, Shanks hates Luffy so much, and Shanks is so much of a rat that he's talking to Boofy about Luffy. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm heading out. Kiddo, tell the captains that the delivery's coming after the banquet. Oh, there's going to be a banquet. Chat, there's going to be a banquet. Dude, I'm telling you, this arc is going to relate to Whole Cake Island, bro. Would you warn Netanyahu that he'll lose his power? Huh. Well, you have to look into more context because Shanks is warning the Gorsei about Blackbeard because he believes that Blackbeard is going to do something to take over the world, right? Blackbeard's going to do something to surpass the Gorsei. Right? If Blackbeard's seeking the One Piece and if Blackbeard's getting close to getting the One Piece, Blackbeard could take over the whole planet, right? That's why we believe when Luffy gets the One Piece, his power is going to grow tremendously. So if you want to make a comparison to Netanyahu, it would be like me warning Netanyahu that someone else is going to do something to destroy the whole planet. Like Netanyahu, he's turning Gaza into a parking lot, and I despise Netanyahu for that. But I would be warning him because this other guy's going to do something even more worse. You get it? There's levels to this. Do you like the theory that Mihawk paints his blade? No, bro. Don't you see? I'm basically real life Mihawk. Why would I slander Mihawk? Look, there's the great Eric. Good timing. Looks like they're making the rainbow now. We can hitch on it. Okay, this is a Rainbow Road, chat. Rainbow Road. Hey, Finburst, you leaving, bro? Have a nice morning, day, or night, wherever you are, man. If Blackbeard was that big of a threat, then why Shanks not kill him in Marineford or till now? We don't have enough context. The Sunstone thing is a Conjuro. That's actually an interesting thought because we were talking about I already forgot her name. Oh, Giola. Remember the girl from Dressrosa, the blonde lady that was painting things, Giola? We were comparing her, the Sunstone to Giola, and we were also comparing the Sunstone to the girl in Little Garden. And we'll talk more about that when we reach it. It's a rainbow. It's so beautiful. A beautiful rainbow appeared. I wonder if it's raining on the other side. Okay, dude, that's actually a crazy rainbow because last time I checked, the Elbaf Atom Tree goes up very, very, very high. So that, well, actually, when you compare, dude, see, here's the problem, Chad. Oda does not know how to scale his things sometimes because look at the ship compared to the rainbow. I thought the ship would be like a lot smaller. Whatever. This is the first time I've been this close to a rainbow. It's so clear. Look at our future crew member Bonnie. Aw, look at Bonnie. We got Robin, we got Brooke, we got Frankie, Lilith, Jimbei. Yeah, Miss Golden Week, exactly. Because they both have painting abilities, right? And we were thinking that Miss Golden Week, she might have like a sunstone or like sunstone pebbles in her paint or her brush or whatever. Maybe her brush is made out of the sunstone. You can even see it from this angle. Or you can even see it from this angle. Chat, I am butchering this chapter. It feels so mysterious every time I see it. It's beautiful. Isn't it unique? It's drawn with this painter. Drawn? Did you make that rainbow? That's right. Oh, wait, so they don't actually call it the Sunstone. Do they? Is it on the next page? Oh, no. Okay, guys, according to the OP scans, it's not actually called the Sunstone. Yet. Isn't it unique? It's drawn with this painter. Drawn? Did you make that rainbow? That's right. So, guys, do we still believe that that this is a sunstone? Or do we not believe that this is a sunstone? Yo, Oakley, what's good, bro? Joanna, how's it going? What's good, Jordan? Miss Golden Week. Yeah, Miss Golden Week. Seeing Bonnie being a child is the sweetest. You know, I was talking to my girl about this. It's actually kind of crazy because with Bonnie, right? Bonnie is supposed to be at all times a child. But like when you think about the story, like think about the story as a whole, Bonnie 90% of the time we see her is an adult. So that means 90% of the time she's actually using her ability to appear as an adult. Like, how much power does that require? Like, pretty much the entirety of the Shabandi arc, she was using her Devil Fruit. Because she was appearing as an adult. The whole time at the Reverie, she was using her Devil Fruit. She was appearing as an adult. Most of Egghead, she was using her Devil Fruit. She was appearing as an adult. She's pretty much like, it's like if Luffy was always in Gear 4. Like, Luffy was just walking around all the time in Gear 4. Isn't that kind of crazy? And maybe you could argue that Bonnie doesn't strain her body as much as Luffy in Gear 4. Maybe. But that's still kind of wild that she's always... Like, it seems that she's always in adult form, so she's always utilizing her fruit. In some translations, it's called Painter. In some, it's Sunstones. All right, guys, are we going to go with Sunstone or are we going to go with Painter? Because this literally looks like a stone. This looks like a poneglyph, and we know the poneglyphs are stones. It's emotionally and physically taxing, and her being able to let go and be her natural child form is very telling. Yeah, it is. She's going to join the crew. She's going to join. I believe Bonnie and Vivi are the final members. Lilith is gonna stay on Elbaf and research the Void Century through the books on Elbaf. Sunstone way cooler. Was good, Moto. It's in the pinned comment. We're close to the foot of the mountain. Captains, we're going up. Let's go, Dory. Let's go, Broggy. Oops, you should hold on to us. The ship's gonna go vertical. Oh, this is gonna be some Skypiea type beats. You guys remember when the ship went vertical on the knockup stream? The ship's gonna go vertical. Vertical way. Wow, whoa, wait, hold on. I know what Smokey and Pokemon Red are going to be grabbing onto. Wow, what's this? All right, here we go. Let me explain. Elbaf's village is located on the tree. So yeah, so young Smokey was right then. Young Smokey was right.
Let him cook now.
Big Mom's flashback took place on the Sun Realm. Young Smokey was right. Big Mom's flashback in chapter 860 through 870, whatever it was, her flashback took place in the Sun Realm of Elbaf. Young Smokey was right. GG Young Smokey. We can reach it directly by using the rainbow to cross. When we arrive, we'll have a great banquet. Man, a lot of these bigger arcs have a great feast, a big banquet, a lot like a big party, especially towards the end. You think about Skypiea, you think about Wano, you think about Whole Cake Island with the marriage. Chat, this is a major arc. There's no way this guys, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Is Elbaf longer than Egghead? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I want everyone to answer after you like the stream. Is the Elbaf arc going to be longer than the Egghead Island arc? 1 for yes, 2 for no. If you say yes, this arc is gonna be like 100 chapters. Cause was Egghead not 60 chapters? We started on chapter 1160. What chapter did it end on? 1120 something? So this arc is gonna be 100 chapters. We get 34 chapters a year. So it'll be around 3 years worth of Elbaf then. Give or take a little bit around there, 3 years. Or like 3 years and a quarter. Or I mean 2 years and 3/4, something like that. Hey, that's not the explanation we need. We crossed on a rainbow? What is this ship sailing on right now? A rainbow is just light refracted onto raindrops. Gah, ba 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 ba. What nonsense are you talking about? A rainbow is something that you cross on. Dude, this is gonna foreshadow something. I'm getting huge foreshadowing vibes. Oh, dude, after reading this story front to back 8 times, I'm getting huge foreshadowing vibes. I'll put any amount of money that this is foreshadowing something. Look at this panel right here. You have Dory and Broggy talking together, and Oda gave a really thick outline to the bubble. Look at how thick the outline is. A rainbow is something that you cross on. I'll bet any amount of money this is going to foreshadow something, even if it's small. I'm telling you. Look at the panel. You got 2 characters. The panels are focusing on them. You have the text bubble that they're both sharing. The text bubble has a thick outline. This is foreshadowing something. Chat, my foreshadowing senses are tingling. Young Smokey says crossing a rainbow that's like using Big Frost. What's Big Frost? To cross realms in Norse mythology. Yo, Young Smokey, you know way more than me when it comes to Norse mythology, dude. You and Johan, you guys know way more than me in Norse mythology. I'm seeing a huge hint here. Oda's telling us something about the rainbows. Exactly. When you look through One Piece and you remember all of the like bigger reveals and stuff like that, and you pay close attention to see how Oda foreshadowed it, you'll notice little things that Oda likes to do. So in this example, you guys might think it's small, you guys might think I'm reaching, whatever, but look at how thick the outline is for the bubble. Look, compare the outline for the bubble of them saying a rainbow is something that you cross on. It's a much thicker outline than all the other dialogue bubbles. Oda likes to do that when characters are implying something, when characters are foreshadowing something. And the fact that he's hard focusing on Dorian Bragi, we're really crossing on it. Ba 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 ba. There's a tailwind today. It's a good weather for a rainbow sailing. The rainbow flows with no wave resilience. Once you sail on it, you could just keep going on, as is. Is this how they're going to reach Laugh-Tale? Do they need to use a rainbow to reach Laugh-Tale? They got to use a rainbow to reach Laugh-Tale. Don't sleep on it, chat. They're going to use a rainbow to reach Laugh-Tale. If Luffy and the rest sees this, they'll definitely go crazy. I am already going crazy. Yo ho 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 ho. And me too. Look at that. Look at these D-Clan crest symbols, man. All over the side of the ship. You guys see this? Look at all these symbols of the D-Clan. The sun being revolved around with 8 or 9 planets. What's good, Brandon? What's good, Door Handle? How you guys doing? Bitfrost is the rainbow bridge they use to cross the realms, right? Bro, I have no idea. I'm going to leave that to the chat. I'm going to leave that to Young Smokey and Johan and anyone else that knows. Leon says Bitfrost is the rainbow bridge. Jordan says Bitfrost is the rainbow bridge in Norse mythology. It was used to get to Ganon's castle in Ocarina of Time. Oh, Ganondorf. Have you seen the video of Sanji and Zoro doing sus? No, I haven't seen the video of Sanji and Zoro doing sus. Oh, look at Bonnie and Robin. Look how wholesome. Amazing. It's like a 7-colored sea. It even makes tinkling noise. It's cute. There are so many things we still don't know about, Bink Sake. Ooh, Bink Sake. Why are they mentioning Bink Sake? Who's saying that, by the way? Because there's no pointer to it. It's not Robin and Bonnie. Who's saying Bink Sake? Wait. Why did they randomly just mention Bink Sake? Bink Sake. It's not Robin or Bonnie saying it because there's no pointer to them. Someone off screen is mentioning, oh no, they're singing Bink Sake. They're singing Bink Sake. Is it Luffy and Brooke singing Bink Sake? Yeah, Joanna says, I'm thinking Brooke singing it, but I'm not sure. Yeah. It's okay. So one thing we could say is it's not Bonnie and it's not Robin. It's not pointing to them. It's off screen. We could say that for sure. It's not Robin or Bonnie. Maybe it's Brooke and Luffy. Smokey said, yo ho 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 ho. Dials use energy / clouds. Coral use bubbles. Sunstone uses rainbows. Light, it hardens light like Vegapunk's light gloves and holograms. Maybe Vegapunk learned it there. That's a good point. Maybe Oda did, or not Oda, maybe Vegapunk did take inspiration from the Sunstone creating rainbows. And when Vegapunk took inspiration from that, he used and created holograms through his technology. Could someone tell me where he's reading? I'm on the page with the big Eric ship crossing the rainbow. All right, let's continue, guys. Let's continue. Captain Storybrog, is Straw Hat there? Here I was wondering whose ship that was. Hiruden stands in. Oh, Hiruden, it's been such a long time. Iron Man. Are they calling Frankie Iron Man? Frankie is Iron Man. I see. So Straw Hat will be a little late. He's not late. Straw Hat's already on the island, dude. He's at the underworld. He's in the underworld. We went hunting for an elk just for him. Whoa! Elks are tasty. You're making me hungry. Ol. You wait for the leftovers. This is for Straw Hat crew to eat. Gee ga ga ga. Fine then. All right. The site, it's at the top of the stream chat. It's pinned. I love the idea of Vegapunk using Elbaf as inspiration for some of his inventions, especially light gloves. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense for a series of ways, but I think for me, in my own opinion, I think the greatest part about Vegapunk using inspiration from Elbaf is because Elbaf has a large connection to Joy Boy and Nika. So by extension, Vegapunk would be affiliating himself and would be using technology relating to Nika, right? And we know that Vegapunk, he has some sort of respect to Nika, right? Door handle says, I'm on the way home from work. A door handle, drive safe, bro. Get home safely, okay? By the way, the Egyptian example would be the weighing of the heat against a feather to see if the soul lived a life without an evil, heavy heart compared to the light. Yeah, I know about that. So so you're connecting that to the Rainbow Road? Is that what you're doing, Leon? Math said, bro, Sunstone is like how the sun god can create anything. Yeah, we were connecting the sun god or the sunstone to Nika. It's kind of difficult to pinpoint how exactly, but yeah. Annihilator, what's good, bro? What's good, 3? It's been a long time since I hopped on your stream. Yo, Annihilator, I hope you've been good, man. I hope you've been blessed. How you feeling, bro? The hanging bridge connecting Underworld and the Sun Realm. Wait, so that bridge would be going upwards and downwards, right? It would be like it would go diagonally, because obviously the Underworld is beneath the Sun Realm. So it would be like it would be like a staircase in a way. A staircase bridge. Yo, is the Thousand Sunny floating? Swing. Ah, hey. The Sunny. Hey, that's our ship. Ah. Bro, she looks just like Nami. Oh, man. Oda, dude. Yo, Oda. Yo, Oda, it's getting hard to defend you, dude. This is literally just Nami, dude. If you told me this is Nami, I wouldn't question it. Bro, she is huge. She's holding Luffy in the palm of her hand. So you're Luffy-kun. So cute. I really like little humans. Hey, yo! You like little humans? Oh, no. I really like little humans. Ah, but I'm totally different from that guy. Oh, wait. You like little humans, but you're different from that guy. What do you say? Wait a minute. What are you saying about that guy? Time out. I really like little humans, but I'm totally different from that guy. Whoa. That weirdo road. Oh, no. See, I told you this was Epstein Castle. Diddy timing. That weirdo road, I'm not like him. I won't put you in a cage or anything. I just want to be friends. Gerd, this is not the time to talk about that. Oh, sorry. Hey, I'm gonna leave this panel of Gerd here for you, or whatever her name is. I forgot what her name is. I'm gonna leave it here for a moment for you thirsty guys in the chat, you thirsty boys. Go ahead, chat. Get your screenshot with my overlay covering it. Especially you, young Smokey. See? Look what he just said. Gerd kind of makes me thirsty. See? I know about you guys. You got dragged in here by force, right? This gives me like Shirahoshi vibes. You guys remember when Shirahoshi was like holding Luffy? It was the doing of that weirdo. I wish I didn't know that guy. I'm so sorry, okay? You mean that skullhead guy? Yeah, Road. You just jumped out of the underworld just now. Did you fall down there? About our meeting and promise. Don't tell anyone. Yeah, Luffy? Yo, I can't stop getting vibes of Joy Boy from Loki. Just look at him, bro. This is just Joy Boy vibes, man. You guys know the fan art that someone made like years ago of Joy Boy sitting on a throne and he has a big grin in the beard? This gives huge Joy Boy vibes. Wow, you're sweating so much. Even though it's this cold. It's fine, it's fine. I'm glad you're all right. Yo, this man Luffy cannot lie or keep a secret. This man Luffy has a good heart, bro. This man Luffy has a good heart. He doesn't believe that two wrongs make a right. But he has to bend the truth a little bit right now. Elbaf, Sun Realm, second level. Found you. Magnificent. Is it live dolls or live dolls? Live dolls, come back here. Found you. I'll keep you forever, Nami-tasan. Cho-tasan. Before anyone finds out. I'll lock you up even tighter. Dude, literally on his Epstein Diddy type beat. Blah. I'm getting Green Bull vibe. Man, I'm getting so many different types of vibes this chapter. I was getting Skypiea vibes. I was getting Joy Boy vibes, Shirahoshi vibes. I'm getting Green Bull vibes with this tree. Blah. No way. No way. Not even animals would have gotten cotton in this kind of trap. Wait, so who was it Sanji that did it? Ooh, you went too far, Zoro, Sanji. I told you, it's fine because it didn't actually touch him. Wait, who was the... Nah, it had to have been Zoro, bro. It had to have been Zoro that cut the tree down. That man Zoro, swoop. That man Zoro sliced the tree. Look, the tree's cut right here. Look who's standing right by it, Zoro, and he's breathing. It looks like he's putting his sword away. Come on, it was Zoro, chat. It was Zoro. He was the vice captain. It was the vice captain of the crew. He saved them. Zolo not on timing? Bro, he's on timing. Look, the tree is cut down right here. And look who's standing right by it. Zoro, he's exhaling. And it looks like he's grabbing his sword or he's putting his sword away. It was not Usopp. It was not Usopp. No, it's Sanji. He kicked the tree. It's not Sanji. Sanji's literally at the top of the tree. Look at the panel. The bottom left of the panel, you can see the tree was cut. It cut the tree, so it fell. It fell towards Sanji. Who's standing where it's cut? Zoro. 07 for Mula. Mula, how you doing, bro? I'm glad to see you, man. Salute, bro. Hey, Mula, you tell me. Who cut the tree down? Zoro, the guy who's standing right by it? Or Sanji, the guy who's standing at the opposite end of the tree? Who cut the tree down? Zoro or Sanji? So you're telling me Sanji and Zoro, they stood next to where the tree was cut. Sanji kicked a clean cut down the tree and then ran to the other end? Man, you Sanji fans will do anything. Hey, Kai, what's good, bro? How you doing, Kai? What's good, Cannoli? This is why Luffy promised to free him, as Luffy is the sun god, so he has to bring freedom to those in chains. Yeah, it's interesting because I forgot who it was. I really wish I could remember. Someone last stream, in the long summary stream, they pointed out that Loki said that he needs a key to remove the chains on him. So perhaps right now Luffy is going up and he's looking for that key. But you could make an argument that Kid is going to wash up on the Elbaf shore and he's going to beat Luffy to that key. Maybe Luffy gets into a fight. Maybe Luffy gets distracted or something, so he doesn't go for the key. Kid washes up on the shore. He grabs the key. Or maybe he meets Loki and then grabs the key, whichever one. And Loki tells him, hey, Kid, if you free me, I will fight people on your behalf. So Kid would free Loki, and then Loki would fight Shanks on behalf of Kid. But I don't think Loki would beat Shanks. So if that series of events took place, it would be Loki versus Shanks, and because of that, it causes something else to happen. It becomes like a domino effect. It doesn't have to be where Loki defeats Shanks. I don't think Oda would do that. It would have to be like a situation where Loki fights Shanks because of Kid freeing Loki, and because Loki is fighting Shanks, this thing over here happens, or like that thing over there can't happen. No more Kid, please. Hey, I'm indifferent, man. I think Kid is way too arrogant. He needs to learn how to pick and choose his battles like Luffy. But Smokey said, chat, we don't deny clear feats. It was clearly Zoro. Chat. Who cut down the tree? One for Zoro, who's literally standing next to where the tree's cut down. Zoro is exhaling. You can see there's a line because he moved his arm. Look at to the left. Look at the left of Zoro. You see that straight line? He's clearly putting his sword away. He's exhaling and he's putting his sword away. Was it Zoro or was it two for Sanji, who's literally standing at the opposite side of the tree? Who cut the tree down? One for Zoro, two for Sanji. If you're based, you'll say one. Come on, we know Zoro. Plus, the best evidence of all, Zoro is better than Sanji. Man, Jin Marks, don't be Jin Marks. Don't be on the fence. Don't be a fence sitter. Don't say 1 and 2. Look at it. Look at the bozos in chat saying 2. Yeah, so Sanji kicked the tree down. He kicked it in a perfect slice, a perfect cut. Then he ran to the other end of the tree. And while that was happening, Zoro was just standing there, exhaling, moving his arm. Look at his arm. You can see the line in between Usopp and Zoro. You can see the line. He's just randomly moving his arm. He's just randomly exhaling right next to the cut of the tree. Luffy made a promise, but I don't remember Luffy actually saying he would. I remember the conversation going where Loki was like, hey, free me and I will fight someone on your behalf. And then Luffy said, nah, bro, I don't want you to fight somebody. Well, I don't know if he necessarily said that, but he's basically implying, no, you don't have to fight for me. I want to know about Shanks. Tell me more about Shanks. I don't remember if they actually cemented the promise. Did Luffy actually say, okay, fine, I accept? Or, okay, fine, I'll save you? I think it was unclear. If you guys are looking for the chapter, it's pinned. Why did Road name both Zoro and Sanji then? It wasn't Road that said it, it was Oda, and Oda had to please the Sanji fans because all throughout post-time skip, Sanji just takes repeated L's, right? The only thing you could say Sanji didn't take an L on was rizzing a girl up, but wait a second, she was 16, and she curved him too. Sanji has taken so many L's in the post-time skip that Oda is like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna have Road call out Sanji as well as Zoro because Sanji just keeps taking so many L's. Let's throw the Sanji fans a bone to chew on. No way I'm seeing Sanji fans in the chat. Where have they been the past chapters? Yo, when Sanji takes an L, it's crickets. It's crickets. You don't see any Sanji fans. What's up with the Sun and Sanji roast? Come on, you know we hate Sanji in this stream. We despise everything about him. Look, to those of you that are new, I don't actually hate Sanji. He's an amazing character. It's just fun to poke fun at Sanji. Sanji's an amazing character. He has one of the greatest backstories in the entire manga. I love Sanji. It's just fun poking fun at him. And then like the Sanji fans, they get super, super butthurt. Chat, it's just jokes. Please, someone in the chat, tell me where the chapter is. Dude, Zedeko, welcome in. It's pinned, dude. It's pinned. It's pinned at the top of the stream chat. Can we talk about how Chopper is One Piece's biggest drug dealer? He hooked Beppo up with that A1 dope. Yo, this man Chopper is the plug, dude. Chopper is the plug. Dang, man. Mans didn't even do anything wrong in this chapter. That's why it's funny. You guys got to remember, Evil is the one who said Zoro's name 100,000 times. That's true, chat. Don't forget that. Of course, I'm going to be biased to Zoro. I said his name 100,000 times, remember? Zoro, 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 Zoro. I'm the only person on planet Earth who said Zoro 100,000 times. Even the biggest Zoro fans on Earth have not said it 100,000 times. Shout out to the ones that went through that journey. That was so ill. Being a Sanji fan is heaven and hell because the lows are low, but the highs are highs. Yeah, exactly. Being a Sanji fan is a roller coaster, right? Sanji literally could have some of the most beautiful moments in the entire story. And think about Enies Lobby, right? It was because of Sanji that the gates of justice, if I'm not mistaken, Sanji opened the gates of justice at Enies Lobby, and that's how the Straw Hats escaped. Sanji played a gigantic role on Enies Lobby, right? But then you have moments of, like, let's say Fishman Island, right? Even if you're a Sanji fan, you have to admit that's not a good look for Sanji, right? Gupta with the 200. Is that rupees? Shout out. I think it's Gupta. Thank you so much, man. He says, if we only take your attention through super chats, how do I know we are any different from the corporate greedy people? I love hearing you talk, but dude, seriously, we need more effort. Gupta, I'm sorry that you're upset. I'm sorry that you feel like I only talk to super chats. I would wholeheartedly disagree. I feel like I've read a countless amount of chats today that weren't even super chats. Gupta, I'm sorry. I apologize. I can only defend myself. You don't even have to agree or believe me. Believe whatever you want. But I respond to as many chats as I can. If you look at the chat, there's just so many messages. I respond to as many as I can. I don't think I'm greedy. I love everyone the same. But Gupta, I apologize. I'll try to do better. All of Sanji's W moments are, and by the way, Gupta, thank you for the super chat. All of Sanji's W moments are mainly Mr. Prince or Germa activation moments. When Sanji is being Sanji, he's an L. Yikes. That might be true. I don't know. But, you know, as much as I slander Sanji, like Germa thing, like the whole Germa thing, that's still Sanji though, right? And the whole Prince thing, right? That's still Sanji. So it almost, and you know I'm a little biased against Sanji, even though I do make a lot of jokes. It seems a little unfair to say like, oh, Sanji only takes W's because of the Prince stuff. But wait, that's a part of his character though. You know? Same thing with the Germa. Like the whole Germa thing, that's just a part of who he is. So it seems kind of unfair to say like, oh, well, he only takes W from Germa. But like that's Sanji, right? Gupta says, keep yapping, brother. If these videos were 5 hours long, I'd still be here. And dude, I am disappointed in Sanji as well. He is dope though. I love cooking. Hey man, it's all for love. It's all in the love. It's all in the fun. I don't actually hate him. I love Sanji's backstory. He's a great guy. He knows how to not be an incel. He's a true follower and supporter and crew member of the crew. Sanji's a great character. I just like to poke fun at him. That's it. That's all. The fact that Oda incorporated the blood loss as a plot point in Fishman Island is crazy. I know, man. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I love Sanji, but Fishman Island, that wasn't a good look. It just wasn't a good look. And as you said, he used like a Sanji gag with the whole nosebleeds to just shut down Sanji for the majority of a whole arc. I don't know. Sanji has the best character development. Sanji, he does have an amazing character development. When you look at his connection to his family, how he deals with his father Judge, how he dealt with his mom Sora, that plays a large role in who he is. I agree. Hey, but look, I'm giving Sanji all his flowers. I don't want you guys to think that I'm gonna stop the Sanji roasting and the Sanji slander. I'm gonna keep slandering him. I'm gonna give you guys a moment to breathe. You won't have to hear me slander him. But don't think I'm not gonna go back to the slandering. But let's be real. Zoro always has been the one. Zoro has always had just as much physical strength as Luffy. That's a tricky one because there are moments where Zoro, it seems like he can kind of compete with Luffy. You know, he scarred Kaido. But you got to be really careful with that because Zoro didn't even defeat Kaido. He cut Kaido. He left a scar. Kaido made a comment about that. Oh, you actually cut me. You actually scarred me. But if we're being honest, Kaido didn't even reference that scar. He didn't reference that cut for the whole rest of the fight. And that cut didn't end Kaido. Luffy's punch Gun ended Kaido. And you have to understand that Flame Bagua, Oda's implying that Flame Bagua was some form or some part of Kaido's awakening. So if you're going down that line of belief, Kaido at max power through his Flame Bagua, his awakening, lost to Gun. So if Zoro tried to cut Kaido when Kaido was in Flame Bagua, Zoro probably wouldn't have even scarred Kaido. Like, obviously, Oda was painting a picture that Flame Bagua is like the strongest, most durable, most powerful form of Kaido. Flame Bagua. That's why the fight ended in Flame Bagua. And they said, I'm going to melt the earth. I'm going to melt Onigashima. I'm going to destroy and eradicate the Flower Capital with this attack. This is the end-all, be-all. Flame Bagua. Either you stop me or everything's destroyed. Kaido was putting his everything into Flame Bagua, right? And it was only Gun that took it out. I don't know if Zoro would have stopped Flame Bagua, you know? But do you think Gun did as much damage to Kaido as Ashura? Yes. I just kind of painted the picture right there. I think it's clear as day that the strongest form of Kaido is him in Flame Bagua. That's why the fight ended in Flame Bagua. And if you look at the dialogue that was between Kaido and Luffy, it seems very clear that this was going to destroy everything. He was going to melt everything. Either you use something incredibly strong or I destroy everything in my path. And Luffy needed Gun. I'm not going to, me personally, I'm not going to put Zoro with Gun, because doesn't it seem like Luffy's strongest attack is Gun, given the context? And I don't want to get too off topic. I don't mind giving these rants and yapping about these side topics like Luffy versus Kaido, Zoro versus Kaido. I don't mind that. I just don't want to get too off topic, because you guys know how I could be with the yapping. The cut weakened Kaido, thus so Luffy could win. See, that's not entirely clear, because again, Kaido, the whole rest of the fight didn't even mention that he was cut. Also, Kaido is an awakened Zoan, so of course he's going to regenerate to some extent. I think people are grossly over exaggerating Kaido's health at the end of the fight. I think One Piece fans are grossly exaggerating Kaido's damage at the end when he was using Flame Bagua. I don't think Kaido was as hurt as people make it seem. I think people make it seem that Kaido was like at half health when he used Flame Bagua. It didn't seem that way. Look at Luffy versus Kaido when Luffy went in Gear 5. Kaido was doing as much as he could, and like, yeah, he was getting clowned on, but that's not because of his health. It was because of Gear 5. Again, I don't want to get too deep into the Luffy versus Kaido thing, but me personally, of course Zoro is monstrously strong. Of course Zoro is an absolute beast. I'm just not comfortable putting him equal with Luffy, because it came out of the horse's mouth. Remember that moment where Zoro said, he basically said, Luffy, if I'm as strong as you, why would I follow you? Can anyone tell me what the context was? Because I can't remember it off the top of my head. But it came out of the horse's mouth. The words came out of the horse's mouth. Zoro said, if I was as strong as you, Luffy, why would I serve you? Why would you be my captain? I forgot what the context was, but I'm sure someone in chat knows what I'm talking about. Anyways, guys, let's get back on topic. Back to the chapter. Yosh, let's go. I also want to see the giant kingdom soon. Okay, Sanji wants to see some Elbaf. Was good, hesitant. I was just talking raw strength though, my boy. Luffy is for sure overall stronger. Yeah, but I would say that even in terms of raw strength. Oh, well, when you say raw strength, do you mean like Luffy without the devil fruit? Like Luffy no Gear 5? Is that what you're saying? Because then if you want to do that, you might as well say like, okay, Zoro without Ashura. You know, it just becomes very tricky, and I think we can always fall back on the fact that Zoro said, if I was equal to you, Luffy, I wouldn't be following you. I don't remember what the context was. Someone in chat probably knows. Damon said, Luffy and Zoro fight versus Lucci tells the difference in their power. Sanji can beat Zoro. No, hell no. Either Sanji's equal to Zoro or Sanji's weaker, and I would probably lean towards equal. Sanji can beat Zoro, he could destroy Zoro's swords like how Sanji destroyed Queen's sword. Yeah, but Queen's sword is not applicable to Zoro's sword. Zoro defeated King. right? And I think a lot of people would put king over queen. And wouldn't Zoro embody his sword in the hockey? Is that how I would say it? Wouldn't he cover his sword in hockey? Dude, no way Sanji would destroy. See, that's going too far, bro. Okay, you're taking it too far now. You're telling me that Sanji could destroy Zoro's swords? See, this is why the Zoro versus Sanji thing happens. Because some of you, not all Sanji fans, but some of you Sanji fans take it a little too far. You're going to tell me that Sanji could destroy Zoro's swords? You're taking it too far now, dude. You're taking it way too far. If you want to say Sanji's 1% over Zoro, okay, whatever. I disagree, but whatever. But you're going to tell me he's destroying Zoro's swords? I don't know about that, dude. I don't know about that one. I don't know, bro. Guys, comment down below. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Can Sanji destroy Zoro's swords? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I gotta give a strong 2, bro. I think I don't. Where'd you even get that from? Like, I want to know, like, what is it you read to come to that conclusion? And I don't mean to be rude and offensive, even though I can be rude. But like, how do you come to that conclusion? No way people are saying yes. You guys believe Sanji can break Zoro's sword? Man, this chat is on crack. Look, let's get back on topic. Let's get back on topic. I'm running away from the debate. I concede. You damn tiny humans. There he is. Look, the Straw Hat crew is there too. Is she here to save me? That voice. Good, Tasso. Yo, Road is such a bozo, man. They're attacking him. They're attacking him. It's the same person spamming 1. It's not many of us. Look, it's Simon that said 1. It's Lone Sigma that said 1. It's Kai that said 1. Oh no. World Boss says a question mark. What's good, Modu? Every chapter's a 10 or above. He's back. Oda's back. Javi said I need a smoke on what y'all are. 1 if they kiss. Stop it right there, Road, you weirdo. Yo, look at this. Road is getting pummeled by his own people. See, chat, it really be your own people. Dang, man. I don't think I would have been as strong as Sanji on that island for 2 years.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
My brother in Christ. What are you talking about? You see, Sanji fans are just down bad. Sanji fans are just down bad. Cannoli said Oda had to nerf Sanji with perversion because without it, Sanji would be a captain and head of drama. I don't know, man. Okay, let's settle this, chat. Sanji would simp as Zoro cuts the enemy down. Hasn't it happened before? Hasn't Zoro tried to fight a girl and then Sanji tried to stop him? I can't remember the context. Either I'm delusional and I'm making this up, but I thought that situation happened before. Zoro wanted to fight somebody and Sanji was like, no, Zoro, don't fight her. Please say no Diddy. Ooh, giant Oni-sama again. Sanji, I was just trying to defend you.
Oh my god, bro.
I just spent all that time trying to defend you, man. We're already back on it. He can't go 1 chapter, dude. See, there's more proof that we attacked him. Yeah, and there's more proof we attacked Sanji. Look at that. Look at what Zoro said. See, there's more proof that we had attacked him. Yeah, chat, here's more proof of why we should be attacking Sanji, man. You're right. Look, even Usopp agrees. You're right. Oh, you guys, Luffy. The Sunny's here too. Ugh, dang. Greetings, you're the Straw Hat crew, right? My name is Gerd, and he is Goldberg. Berg. Oy vey. Oy vey. We're a part of Hirunen's crew. I'm sorry that you've met such a terrible experience after coming such a long way here. We'll be escorting you from here. Woohoo! Escorted by Gerd-chan. We don't know what happened, but I'll explain everything and make you understand. Let's go, Usopp! The Elbaf village is on this level! Wow, I wanna see! Man, I really want Oda, bro, Oda, put all of the... Give us a double page of the Straw Hats standing together in their Elbaf costumes, in their Elbaf outfits. Like how we had in Wano. Oda had all the Straw Hats standing together. You guys know what I'm talking about. The double page spread, the double leg spread in Wano at the beginning of Onigashima Raid. Remember that double leg spread where they had all the Straw Hats standing together? Please do that for Elbaf, man. Especially since Jinbei is back. Give evil his flowers. I have a hard time loving Sanji after the Perona sniff. He sniffed Perona. That's just wild. You know what? I think Sanji's biggest L in the story is everything regarding pudding, okay? There's no defending it. I'm sorry, but there's just no defending anything about the pudding situation. And I don't want to get back into that topic. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, Perona sniff, I don't know about that. If you go right through this forest, there will be some clouds. If you get on it, you can see the village. We should get going too. Look at that man, Zoro. Look at that, the originals. Zoro, Nami, Sanji, the originals, baby. Bro, Oda, why do you have to put the Straw Hats on Gerd's bosom? Chat, why is Oda like this, man? Maybe it's Oda's fault that Sanji fans are the way they are. Oda, stop objectifying women, okay? Women were made in the image of God. They're to be loved and respected, not degraded and watered down to a sexual object. Whoa, it's island clouds. Oi. What will you do if it isn't? She said we can't get on though. Okay. Wow. Yo, bro, this is literally Skypiea vibes. You guys remember when they were riding the cloud road to Skypiea? This is just Skypiea vibes. I told you guys, bro. Chat, give me my flowers, man. I told you that Elbaf was going to be an arc that has a million parallels to Skypiea. I told you, bro. I told you. You're going to tell me that this isn't Skypiea vibes? You're going to tell me Oda wasn't thinking about Skypiea when he literally made a rainbow road going up to the clouds onto an island with a village all the way in the clouds. The village is sitting on the clouds. You're going to tell me he wasn't getting Skypiea vibes? Bro, I told y'all. But the question is how far is Oda willing to take it? Because we have the sun god, the whole sun god thing on Elbaf, which relates to Skypiea because they worship the snake Kashigami as the sun god. In Skypiea, Robin and Nami, mostly Nami, they had the map to get around the island, just like how in Elbaf, Nami used the map to get around Rhodes' diorama. Now you have roads leading up to clouds, and then on top of that, the villages are sitting on the clouds. How, and then earlier in Elbaf, they have multiple gods, right? Just like how in Skypiea, Shandora, they had multiple gods. The rain god, earth god, sun god, force god. Chat. This arc is going to take so many parallels from Skypiea. Now, what is that building up to? It's building up to the return of NL. 1 for yes, 2 or no. 2 for no. Elbaf is building up to the return of NL. NL will come down from Skypiea. He's going to take the road that leads to the Elbaf tree. He's going to get on a road from Skypiea, go down the road, and land in Elbaf. NL returns as Thor.
Let him cook.
NL returns as
Let him
Thor.
cook now.
Who's with me? You're either with me or you're against me. NL's coming back. Oda knows that the One Piece fans love NL. Oda made Law a more important character solely because the fans loved him. Oda brought back major villains, major antagonists. He brought back Crocodile for Marineford. He brought back Crocodile for Cross Guild. NL's coming back, chat. Watch, bro. And to everyone saying too, we're going to call you out. Sway, how you doing, bro? We're going to call you out. Because if NL comes down and if NL returns to the main storyline, I'm going to remember how you said he wouldn't. I'm going to remember that. But if this arc ends without NL returning, then fine. We take the W, or we take the L, I mean. Just like how we said Dragon was going to go to Egghead. We were wrong, and we've spoken on that many times, that we took an L. Dragon did not go to Egghead. We took that L. If NL doesn't show up on Elbaf, we'll take the L. But if you say no, you're taking the L if he arrives. Okay? Usopp versus NL. NL has to come back for real. He has to. There's nothing for him to do on the moon. There's literally nothing for him to do. He went to the moon and had an army of robots. Okay, but now what? The moon is literally a barren wasteland. There's no crops on the moon. They literally don't even have vegetables or fruits or animals on the moon. There's nothing to do there. NL's going to take that army and come back down to the Blue Sea. How to write to you without giving you money. I would love to have ideas bounce off you and talk. Also, NL is coming back. NL is Loki's captain. NL is Loki's captain? I've never heard of that before. For Loki has the commander symbolism. I've never heard of that before. NL is Loki's captain. I need to know how that became a thing. And Gupta, to answer your question, how to write to you without giving you money, Gupta, you have to understand there's a lot of messages in the chat, okay? It's not possible for me to respond to every single message in full detail. It's just not possible. I try to respond to as much as I can. I hope you can understand that. But with that being said, how is it possible that NL is now currently the captain of Loki? If that was true, how did that happen? Because we know that NL grew up in Burka, right? In Skypiea. That's where he grew up. And we know that he had his fruit. They discovered his fruit and he ate his fruit on Burka in Skypiea. As far as we know, NL's never came down to the Blue Sea. So my question is, did Loki go up to Skypiea in the past, then meet NL? And NL's like, okay, I'm going to be your captain, but you're not going to be with me. You're going to go back down to the Blue Sea. I don't know. I'm just having trouble crystallizing how that would be. I understand you, dude. I am not trying to be an a-hole. No, I didn't say you were an a-hole, bro. Hey, much love, Gupta, to you and everybody else, man. Moon God, I am the God, LOL. Man, you know, shout out to Marshall D. Preach. He was one of the first people, if not the very first person that spearheaded the idea that Law is the moon god. Now, I don't agree with that, but I still think his theory is amazing. I don't know if you guys have looked into that. Law being the moon god. You know, Oda a lot of times likes to throw hints and foreshadowing in our face. Well, look at Law's hat. It literally looks like a moon with the craters on it. Oh, shout out to Preach. He goes very much in detail into it. He shows you parallels. He shows you inversions. He shows you what that would mean for the story, what would come from that, how it originated, the whole water thing. We know that the moon controls the tides of the earth. So if Law was the moon god, then of course he would control the tides of the earth. That would play into why his name is Water. Shout out to Marshall D. Preach. He has a great take on it. And I don't necessarily agree. I think that Emu is the moon personified, and we've spoken on that many times. I don't know if you guys want me to go back on that rant, but yeah. It's hard, Gupta. I've been writing a theory here for the last 45 minutes and got no response. Anoli, post it again, or Canoli, post it again and I'll respond. Canoli said, I think NL is back already as a god in the heaven realm. That would be wild. Because, you know, the main thing that I see for NL returning to the story is him playing the character of Thor. Is that not tied into Norse mythology? We know Oda likes to bring back these bigger antagonists, right? He brought back Buggy a million times. He's like basically always kept Buggy. He brought back Crocodile through Marineford and Cross-Skilled. He might bring back Doflamingo. He's kept Doflamingo relevant even when Doflamingo lost on Dressrosa. You know, Oda likes to keep these bigger antagonists around. He even kept, did I say Crocodile? Or I already said, did I say Crocodile? He brought back Crocodile. Regardless, I want to see NL return in Elbaf through the personification or the I don't know what you would call it, like the connection to Thor in Norse mythology. NL coming back would be like Frieza coming back. Bro, that'd be so dope. At least he always says hi to me and the theories are top tier. Or the ideas are top tier. Hey, thank you, Cannoli. Thank you, bro. I have this feeling that Oda isn't showing us the whole picture. Yeah, of course. Of course, Oda's definitely going to be hiding things. And I do need I do need to finish the chapter. We're only on page 13. But, yeah. It's going to happen. Trafalgar Law is based on a sea leopard and a popular pickup artist, hence why his hat is like that. I did not know that. A sea leopard. Did Oda put that in the SBS, actually? Loki killed his father for not wanting to bring Ragnarok to the world government, but allowing constant war in their homeland, using a legendary devil fruit to continue war in Elbaf, but being too cowardly to bring it. Huh. I do like your point about Ragnarok, because obviously Norse mythology, they have Ragnarok, the Great War. I do like that point, because I do think there will be a Great War this arc in the context of Elbaf. But I don't know. It seems like the main reason that Loki killed his father, King Harold, is for the devil fruit. But I suppose that could be Oda's surface level. Oda could be like, you know what? I don't want the fans right now to understand the deeper implications of Loki killing his father, King Harold. So I'll just give them some surface level details. I'll just tell the fans, I'll tell the readers that Loki killed his father for the devil fruit. But truly, beyond that, deeper than that, he killed his own father, Loki, or his own father, King Harold, because of this whole war thing you said. That could be possible. Shanks helped imprison Loki because Loki was strong enough to destabilize the world, not for Yonko status. I don't know, man. I have trouble pinpointing certain things about Elbaf and Loki because I feel like we just need more context. With certain things, I just feel like we don't have enough context yet. We don't have legs to stand on, you know? All right, guys, let's get back to the chapter. Giant warrior pirate side. Once we go through those clouds, you'll be able to see it. Elbaf has 3 levels: Underworld, Sun, Heaven. From the top, it's the Heaven Realm, Sun Realm, and the Underworld. There are many villages on this level we live on. The sunlit Sun Realm. It's so vast that you won't be able to see all of it. And that one's our village. Wow. Okay, so are we about to get the panel? Am I about to flip the page and finally see Elbaf? Dude, Oda has been teasing Elbaf for so long, man. Since Little Garden, when Shanks was pulling up, when Kid was pulling up, when the Straw Hats got to the bottom, Big Mom's flashback. Oda has just been teasing Elbaf. Are we finally seeing Elbaf? Here we go, chat. I'm flipping the page. Oh! Yo, that is a... Oda, you needed a break? I forgive you. Is this why you needed a break, Oda? Bro, I totally understand. Matter of fact, go take more breaks. Please take more breaks. Dude, the level of detail. Do you guys understand? Like, I feel like people don't understand. Do you understand, chat, that there is a person, a human, like you and me. There was a human, right? They sat down at a desk and they drew every little line that you see in this. Look at the amount of, dude, this is literally like a Berserk panel. Look at the detail in this. Dude, look at the castle. Look at the village. Bro, I gotta make a Elbaf village in Minecraft, bro. I'm gonna make a village in Minecraft that looks like Elbaf, bro. Welcome to Elbaf. We made it, chat. Guys, we made it. Can we just soak in this moment, guys? We've all been reading the story, watching anime from the very beginning. We remember back in Little Garden when One Piece as a story was just an infant. Look at where we're at now, guys. 1,132 chapters into the story. We finally made it to Elbaf. Can we just soak in the moment for a second? Can we pat each other on the back? Guys, congratulations for making it this far in One Piece, man. You stuck through it, through the good times, through the bad times. We've officially made it. All of these years talking about Elbaf, Elbaf, Elbaf. I can't wait till we get Elbaf. Get us out of Wano. I want to see Elbaf, 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 Elbaf. The millionth Elbaf videos. Think about the past past 10 years of One Piece YouTube content. All the Elbaf videos. Chat, we're finally here, man. Can we get much higher? This truly is an amazing... Is this considered a double page? I guess it's considered a double page. This is amazing, man. This, literally, I love Berserk. I think Kentaro Miura is one of the greatest mangaka of all time. Rest in peace, Kentaro Miura, author of Berserk. If you guys have read the Berserk manga, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Berserk art is just on a complete... It's in a completely different galaxy, right? But this right here gives me Berserk vibes. This is just insane. Look at the amount of details. Look at all the lines in here. Do you realize how long this would take to draw? Look at every little line. This would take... Dude, I would need weeks to do this. Welcome to Elbaf. Whoa! The immense size is truly a moving sight. Who can even convey this sight into words properly? Wow, man. You guys know I'm the theory guy. I'm the theory guy, man. I like the information. I want the lore. I want to make the theories. But, bro, I love these things too, man. Sometimes I can get wrapped into the emotion side of One Piece. I don't always have to be for the head. I could be for the heart too. And this is a heartwarming double page. Is this the flashback? Oh, we get the flashback. Chat, I'm gonna cry. Chat, I'm gonna cry. We're getting the flashback. We're getting the Little Garden flashback. Usopp and Luffy. Everyone, I will one day definitely go to Elb. Oh my, chat. Who's cutting onions? Who in the chat is cutting onions? Everyone. I will one day definitely go to Elbaf. Let's go to the land of warriors. Yosh, Usopp will definitely go. Oh, bro, Oda. Oda, you are the greatest mangaka. You are the greatest author of all time, my guy. I bow to Oda. I bow. 25 years later. Oda, you fulfilled the promise. Dude, if we're gonna start crying on this because of this double page, imagine how we're gonna feel when we see Luffy on Laugh Tale. Dude, especially the final chapter of One Piece. Every One Piece fan is gonna be bawling their eyes out. What an amazing, this is one of my favorite double pages in the entire story. Not only is the design of Elbaf so detailed, beautiful, and majestic, but then you also have Oda throwing in that reminder on the left. You have Oda throwing in that flashback on the left. This is not a regular chat. This is not a regular village. This is not a regular double page. This isn't a regular castle. These aren't regular roads. This was built up for 1,000 chapters. How old were you when you had beard? I've always had a beard on and off, but you know, like sometimes I shave it off because I can't get my beard too filled. It can't grow all the way in. But I haven't shaved it completely for like, I don't know, maybe like 6 months. I think I asked the stream chat. I was like, yo, chat, should I just go baby face or should I keep it? And the chat told me to keep it. So here we are. But beautiful double page, man. Eric, what's good, brother? He says, bro, I can't effing wait for this arc, though. Look how beautiful Elbaf is. It's amazing, man. You could sit here and just look at all the details. Look at the steps leading up. The steps have some grass on it. It has some snow on it. You got the hills. I see a little house on the cliff, on like a little cliff by a big house. Got the castle, the big gate. Please no babyface. So you are Mexican? I'm mixed, bro. I have I have Native American blood in me. I have Cherokee blood. I have Irish blood, and I have Mexican blood. I'm mixed. Got that Mexican blood, that Cherokee blood, that Irish blood. Cherokee blood. See, this is why I'm so passionate about America. I got that Native American blood in me. Beautiful double page, guys. Beautiful double page. This double page, 10 out of 10 double page. Guys, don't rate the chapter per se, but I want you guys to rate this double page. What do you guys rate this double page? Got Robin, we got Chopper, we got Frankie, Zoro, Bonnie, Jinbei, Nami, Brooke, Lilith. This is Warland Kingdom, located in Elbaf Island. Familiarly referred to as Elbaf, the Kingdom of Giants. This is Warland Kingdom located in Elbaf Island. Wait, but chat, wait, what does he mean by that? This is Warland Kingdom located in Elbaf Island. So Elbaf is like a whole island, and then within that island, there's a Warland Kingdom. But then it says familiarly, why is that such a weird word to say? Familiarly referred to as Elbaf, the Kingdom of Giants. What does that mean exactly, guys? Familiarly referred to as Elbaf, the Kingdom of Giants. Isn't he just repeating himself? Or is he saying that it used to be a Kingdom of Giants, but now it's a Warland Kingdom? Is that what it's saying? Or is it being specific? Like, is he saying, like, throughout the story, we've just called Elbaf the Kingdom of Giants. We've always just called it Kingdom of Giants, Kingdom of Giants. But the more specific name is that it's the Warland Kingdom? Is that what it's trying to say? Blackbeard is coming. I love the idea of Blackbeard going to Wano because of Caribou grabbing Pluton, taking Pluton to Elbaf, and fighting Luffy through using Pluton. Nope, Fables have made it a Warland on Elbaf. More the last or second one you said. The Outsiders referred to Warland as Elbaf when it's the other way around. Wait. The Outsiders referred to Warland Kingdom as Elbaf when it's the other way around. So it's not actually Elbaf. So it's not actually Elbaf Kingdom of Giants. It's Warland Kingdom in the island of Elbaf. Kind of like how think about Dawn Island, right? What's the kingdom? What's the kingdom? Goa. So it's like Dawn Island. There's an island called Dawn Island And in Dawn Island, you have Goa Kingdom. So it's like that. Is that what you're saying? So all this time, only one village was considered to be the whole of Elbaf? Well, I wouldn't necessarily, like, it feels like you're kind of watering it down when you say one village, because they said, remember in the previous pages, they said that it's the Sun Realm is so large that you can't see all of the villages. Like, you can't see it all, right? Where is it? I forgot what page. It's in this chapter. They said that it's so large you can't see it all. So I don't know. It feels like it's you're kind of watering it down when you say that it's just one village. We got L in the chat. What's good, King? Do you like Vodka Island? I guess so, but like my thing about Vodka Island is like we don't know too much. All we know is that like Kaido grew up there. They pay the heavenly tribute. They fall in line with the theme of alcohol. You know, other than that, we don't know much about it. So, whoa, Straw Hat, huh? Ah, Luffy and the others, we're looking for you. We were looking for you. Did you guys just arrive? Ah ha ha ha, I'm glad to see you. It's all right now. Ah, no, we're on the last page. The grass and trees, the vines and flowers, the insects and fish and birds and all the animals. All of them are breathtakingly adventurers. Do not regret the time that has gone by without return. Huh? Are you guys riding on the rainbow? Are you guys riding on the rainbow? Rainbow un? What does it mean, rainbow un? Are you guys riding on the rainbow un? Elbaf is amazing. However, in regards to this mysterious land called Elbaf, where everything, if I have to write down just one thing here, I want you to always keep these words in your heart. Do not linger in this land for long. Lois Arnott, adventurer. Let us get on too. And that's the chapter, guys. That's the chapter. Bet the stream went as planned without me here. L, listen, it went as planned as far as not getting crucified as Saint Charlos. But guys, we're gonna be here for a little while. We're gonna talk a little bit more about the chapter. Thank you guys for making it through this chapter. Don't leave. We're going to be here for some time. Guys, if you haven't already, please like the stream so we could grow the stream and grow our community. I would greatly appreciate it. Like the stream. If you're new, subscribe so you don't miss out on future content, as well as hitting the notification bell. Hit the notification bell so you guys do not miss these streams. If you guys have the notification bell on and you don't get notifications, that might be because you have YouTube notifications disabled on either your phone or your desktop. So you might have to enable the YouTube notifications. Otherwise, you won't get my notification. Okay? Get that out of the way for me, guys. You guys can rate at the top of the stream chat. You guys can rate the chapter. Let's look at what the ratings are now. 57% of the votes is a 10 out of 10. Bro, did you see where it was Sanji sleeping in the chapter? Yeah, we did. Sanji, that simp. And I do want to talk about the end of the chapter. We're going to talk some more, guys. We're going to talk some more. We're not ending right away. But guys, rate the chapter. Rate the chapter. What do we rate it? 57% of the votes is a 10 out of 10. I'm not going to lie. I call out the Oda Angels. I call people out for glazing. I do that, right? But I understand why someone would give this chapter a 10 out of 10. I can understand. That double page was amazing. I loved the double page. Yeah, all the buildup that led to it, plus it's beautiful, right? Then earlier, if you guys want to go down the line of belief that there's a sunstone, we could talk a little bit about that. And especially the end of this chapter. Look at it. Oda used a black panel, nothing in the background, and put supreme focus on the text. It even says, I want you to always keep these words in your heart. Do not linger in this land for long. Excuse me. Oda is clearly building something up. But what is he building up, chat? Is there a secret king here? A secret threat? We know earlier in this arc, Oda was having people under delusions. Remember that? You guys remember at the beginning of the Elbaf arc? Everything was fake. Remember that? They had the whole diorama. Everyone was basically being fooled. Is that a precursor to what we're about to see? Maybe that whole thing of Road fooling people, the whole diorama, the whole glass, maybe all of that is a precursor to something else. There is something deeper about Elbaf that makes people hallucinate, makes people become deluded. Maybe like in the air, there's like hallucinogens and people start hallucinating because it says, do not linger in this land for long. Why? Why do not linger? Is it because there's going to be a monster or a person that comes out and they bite you and they fight you? Is there like an actual physical threat? Like an animal or a, I don't know, probably not an ancient weapon, but like an ancient weapon, like something physical will come and attack you? Or is it something not physical? Is it something with the mind? Do not linger in this land for long. What is it? Is it a body thing? Is it a heart thing? Is it a mind thing? I kind of want to lean towards mind. Because well, we already know Road is a thing. We already know they killed King Harold. We already know Loki's a thing. I don't think they're referring to Shanks or Blackbeard. So what are they referring to? And guys, I also want to point out, do you see this right here? Do you see this in the second to last panel of the chapter? Am I the only one that gets vibes that this is a bear with like a coat on him? Is there a guy like wearing a bear mask and then he has like a coat over his shoulders? Because in the spoilers, it said something different. It said that we were seeing, and I can see this right here. You guys see this? The guy with the little straw hat? In the spoilers, it made it seem like the guy with the straw hat was walking through. The Wano Kuni straw hat. That this is the guy that was sitting on the shore drinking the beer. Remember? Like 15, 20 chapters ago. Maybe not that long ago, but there was a guy sitting on the shore. I think he was saying, "Arrive, Luffy, come to Elbaf." He was saying something like that. But I feel like Oda is putting focus on this. Like, I don't think Oda's putting focus on this little guy. It looks like a porcupine with like a Wano Kuni straw hat. I don't think he's putting focus on that because he's putting the bear right in the middle. And then wait a second, look at the bear. It literally looks like if there was a bear with like a coat on him. Like a bear with a coat on the shoulders. Why would there be a bear in the middle of the panel, right? A bear in the middle of the panel with like a coat on him, walking upright. We know that Road wore the mask of a deer. Is this guy wearing the mask of a bear? No, that's just a bear to show that it's not, or that it's a normal human. No, that's just a bear. It's to show that it's a normal human. All bears have a coat. No, I'm talking about like an actual coat, like a jacket. Look at him. Where are his arms? Why would a bear's face be upright? Look, use your brain, bro. Use your brain. Why would a bear be standing upright? You can see his chin, his face is forward. Where are his arms? Is he standing upright? Why is he standing upright? I don't know about this, chat. Don't get brainwashed by the leakers. Because the leakers are describing what you're looking at. Okay, chat? That's what you have to understand. Kuma's ancestor. You guys got to remember that. What you read in the spoilers, they're just describing what you're looking at. So don't listen to the leakers anymore. Listen to yourself. What do you see right now? Because the leakers could say, "Oh, it's the guy that was sitting on the shore." Is it though? They were just describing what they believe. And that's exactly why I said in the spoilers that the leakers need to be careful inserting their own theories. Skull symbolism on all commanders, and look at Loki's belt. Take that into consideration and see Luffy is yet to see the big bad. Loki isn't big bad. He is subverting. I don't know, man. It would be weird because like we started Elbaf and they were calling Road Sun God. So then it was like, is he the big bad? Then they switched over and they were like, Oda switched over and he was like, no. Loki is claiming to be Sun God. So then we were thinking, okay, well, it's not Road then. So is Loki the big bad? Plus he killed his dad. Now Is it someone else? So we're gonna switch again, and we're gonna be like, okay, no, Loki's not the big bad. Like, how many times are we gonna get fooled? Some of us thought it was Road, then we thought it was Loki. Now we're gonna think it's someone else. Shiki. Shiki's a wild one. Panda Man's gay brother. That's Usaring from Pokemon, bro. Usaring is a beast. Is that how you say it? Usaring, Ursaring, however you say it. The evolution of Teddy Ursa. I don't know, man. Why are there, and look at this. Don't you guys get the vibe of like a porcupine? Like a hedgehog? Look at this. This is like a hedgehog with a straw hat. It's like he's like putting his hand on his chin and the spikes are off his back. But why are they putting a bear in the direct middle? You guys have to understand how fictional authors want to portray things, right? Especially in manga. They put things in the direct middle of the panel because that's the center focus. Why is he putting a bear that's standing upright, facing forward in the center focus? It literally looks like he's wearing a coat around him. Like he wrapped a coat around him. Like he wrapped a whole blanket around him. I don't know, man. It might be a furry who wants to be a bear, and we have Conqueror's hockey is stronger than Shanks. In Norse mythology, Thor is related to the bear named, is that Thorbjorn? Is that how you say it? Thorbjorn? Ursa is a scientific term for bears. I did not know that, Young Smokey. I've been a Pokemon fan for all my life, and I know that they base Pokemon on things in real life a lot of the time. I did not know that Ursa was for bears. Door handle, I apologize. I try to read as many messages as I can. He was studying gigantification in his movie. Why wouldn't this be him? Are you talking about Shiki? Because I fell asleep to the Shiki movie. I fell asleep to the One Piece movies, bro. I'm not the biggest fan of the movies. So he studied gigantification. Okay, so if Shiki was studying gigantification, it would make sense that he would go to the land of the giants, right? That would be wild, man, if Shiki... That would be wild if Shiki was here. It's just, as we talked about in previous streams, we know that we even read it, right? I think it's in SBS 109. We read how Oda wants to make the Shiki movie canon. Well, if Oda makes the Shiki movie canon, then there's no use in putting him back into the story, because the main argument for Shiki returning to the story is his 40-year plan as stated in volume 0. But again, if Oda, as stated in SBS 109, if he wants to make that movie canon or partially canon, then that takes away the strongest argument for Shanks returning to the mainline story. You could find the chapter in the pinned comment. Cannoli said, thank you, Evil. He said, come then, because Luffy reminds him of Roger and he wants to test him. Wow, that's actually a good point. Huh. That's actually a good point. Maybe through Roger becoming Pirate King, he got a better sense of the world or something. Maybe he heard about Joy Boy and Nika through living on Elbaf. Then he's starting to get vibes about Luffy. Hey, love you too, Cannoli. Shiki has long hair just like that guy. Yeah, I was looking at this as well. But it's strange because look at this silhouette right here, guys. And by the way, before we even identify and try to come to a conclusion with this silhouette, guys, as I've been saying since I started my channel several years ago, guys, we have to be careful when it comes to silhouettes. Okay? We have to be careful when it comes to silhouettes. It's a silhouette for a reason, right? Do you guys remember how we only had Green Bull silhouettes? And when we went towards the end of Wano, Oda revealed Green Bull, and thousands of people on Twitter were upset, saying that, wait, Oda, that Green Bull doesn't look anything like a silhouette. Well, yeah, it's a silhouette. So before we even try to like crack the code behind this silhouette, guys, you have to take silhouettes with a grain of salt, okay? Look at Kaido's silhouette and then how he was revealed. It's a silhouette. He's trying to hype you up or trying to hide something, it's not necessarily meant to be a perfect one-to-one conclusion of what someone looks like, okay? But real quick, L with the tooth, thank you so much for the super chat, my guy. Wonder what Roger Pirates did at Elbaf? That's a great question. I think, and we've spoken on this before, I've made videos on this. I think when, again, we know that Shiki fought Roger on sea during Ed War, right? Remember that? Shiki and Roger, they fought in Ed War. It was on the sea. Do you guys remember that? Before I move on, because this is important, okay, guys? Yes or no? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Do you guys remember how in the early days of One Piece, Roger and Shiki fought at sea during Ed War? You remember that? Door handle. It's on. It's in volume 0 of One Piece, where we see younger Garp, younger Sengoku. Shiki, goes to Marineford to fight Garp. It was Garp and Sengoku, right? Shiki broke out of prison. It's in volume 0 of One Piece. No, he never. That's a lie. What are you talking about? Ed War is considered chapter 0? Yeah. Oh, it's animated. It's also a manga. Here, let me show. Listen, you can, I think it's an anime episode, but you guys can go online, okay? Look up One Piece manga Strong World, or look up One Piece Volume 0. A lot of people, they have it online. It's called Volume 0. It's called Chapter 0. The reason it's called Volume 0 or Chapter 0 is because the events in this take place before the majority of the One Piece story, okay? So this is official. This is canon. There's no debating this. Otis said this was canon. We can see here young Garp, right? You guys have probably seen people use this in panels before, right? We see young Garp, right? He's without Kiji. This is volume 0. Go Google it. It's official. It's canon, okay? And we can see here, this is Ed War. This is when Shiki and Garp fought. But look, listen, I don't want to get too off topic because I'm going to forget what I wanted to originally say. I don't want to get too off topic. I digress. We know that Roger and Shiki, they fought out at sea. They were in the ocean when they fought, and that was called Ed War. And there was like this big storm that saved Roger. But the important thing, guys, is, and this pertains to L's super chat. We know that when Shiki and Roger were fighting, Shiki said, and I quote, "Yeah, Roger, I heard how you have one of the ancient weapons." Okay? Shiki was telling Roger, "I know you have one of the ancient weapons." Wait a second. He didn't have Poseidon. Poseidon wasn't born yet, so it couldn't have been Poseidon. We know that Pluton is resting beneath Wano, so it couldn't have been Wano. What? So is it Uranus then? Here's the kicker. When they were having that conversation, there was a giant egg on Roger's ship. Are you connecting these things, guys? Do you see the connections here? Shiki told Roger, "I heard you have an ancient weapon," and Roger changed the subject. Well, it couldn't have been Pluton because it's under Wano. Poseidon was literally not born yet, but he had a giant egg on his ship. Well, what is Uranus? Uranus is a sky god, right? In real life mythology, it's a sky god. If there was a sky god that was a bird or an eagle or a dragon or whatever, wouldn't that hatch out of an egg? So perhaps that egg on Roger's ship has something to do with Uranus. Now, I believe, L, this goes back to your super chat, I believe that the Roger Pirates, whether it's Scopper, Roger, Shanks, I believe that the Roger Pirates took that egg and put it in Elbaf. And this is part of the reason Shanks has always had a connection to Elbaf, right? Shanks has a great connection to Elbaf. He can go there whenever he wants. Everyone loves him. I think Shanks took that egg. Roger said, Shanks, I need you to take a hold of the ancient weapon. I need you to take a hold of the egg, and I want you to hide it somewhere. So Shanks took that egg from the ship and placed it in Elbaf. He probably put it at the top of the tree. He probably put it in the heaven realm.
Let him cook. Let him cook now.
So when you ask L through your super chat, wonder what the Roger Pirates did at Elbaf, I think that's what they did. They probably read some poneglyphs too. Maybe they did a little poneglyph deep diving, but I do strongly believe that egg on Roger's ship is going to pertain to Elbaf, especially when you think about like real life mythology, man. How they have birds hide things at the top of a tree or on a tree. You know, like think about in real life, they have birds' nests, right? We also know in Norse mythology, guys, in Norse mythology, they have the tree of Yggdrasil. You've heard of this before. And now in One Piece, we already visited the official translations a few weeks ago. We know in One Piece that they refer to the Elbaf tree, the Adam tree, as Yggdrasil. Okay, so now we have a one-to-one connection. Yggdrasil in real life Norse mythology pertains to the name of the Adam tree, Yggdrasil in One Piece. They have the same name. In real life Norse mythology, it is said that there is a sky god that lives on the top of the tree. So again, now let's revisit the Ed War situation. If Shiki and Roger are fighting at Ed War, and Shiki tells Roger, I know you have an ancient weapon, and Roger swerved the conversation. He says that we know it can't be Pluton because it's under Wano. It can't be Poseidon because it's she wasn't born yet. We are unsure about Uranus. We can have a conversation about how the world government has Uranus, but that's only a theory. Perhaps it is Uranus that Roger has. And in that conversation with Shiki and Roger talking about the ancient weapon that Roger has, the egg is sitting right there on the ship. That is Oda level foreshadowing. That is Oda. That is consistent with how Oda writes his story. Yeah, let's have Shiki and Roger have a conversation about an ancient weapon. Whole time you could literally see a giant egg sitting on Roger's ship, never mentioned again. I think the ancient weapon probably pertains to the egg, right? Now that again that makes sense, as we just said. If there was a sky god in One Piece, it makes sense that it would hatch from an egg, just like how a bird does, an eagle, a dragon, right? So if Yggdrasil in Norse mythology has a sky god that lives on top of the tree, and we know that in Elbaf now, because of chapter 1132, that the top realm is called the heavenly realm, the heaven realm, the realm of heaven. Maybe the sky god lives up there. Maybe they put Shanks, Roger, Scopper, whoever, they put the egg up there from Roger's ship, that being an ancient weapon. They put the egg at the top of the tree to live in the heaven realm. Isn't Uranus a UFO that came out of an egg? That's only a theory. I do love that theory, but that's only a theory. So we have to pick and choose our battles. We can't have our cake and eat it too, you know? He said he knows the location of the weapon, not that he has the weapon. Yeah, but this is clearly alluding to the fact that Roger would have an ancient weapon. Because why would you have to think, why would Oda put that in the story? Why would Oda have Shiki say, yeah, Roger, you know about the ancient weapon, but you didn't get it though, and then like never revisit that? It's clearly alluding to the fact that Roger gathered an ancient weapon, and again, there's that giant egg sitting on the ship the whole time. So it's definitely alluding to the fact that Roger had an ancient weapon. Scopper wouldn't need to stay to protect it after Shanks became powerful enough. Exactly. Exactly, Cannoli. So that's part of the reason why I say, like, okay, fine, then maybe it was just Shanks the whole time. Like, why even throw Scopper into the mix, you know? Shanks could have took that egg, went to Elbaf, dropped it off, grew a relationship with them, and that was just Shanks's work. That was all Shanks's doing. That was Shanks's duty, you know? Why throw Scopper into the mix? Just simplify it with it being Shanks. But I don't know, maybe it was Shanks and Scopper, because we know that when the Roger Pirates disbanded, Shanks was only, what, 12 years old? 9 or 10 years old? He was young. Scopper was already an adult. So maybe Scopper was like, all right, Shanks, let's go to Elbaf. We got a connection to Elbaf. Let's go put the egg up there. And then Scopper went, left, did his own thing. Some time passed. Shanks grew a little older, made his own crew. Could be something like that. In Christian songs, Easter eggs symbolizes Jesus' resurrection from the tomb. Eggs have also been associated with fertility and rebirth and pagan festivals that celebrate spring. Yeah, so I do like that, Gupta, but I don't, me personally right now, I don't know how to connect that to One Piece. Because I do think that Luffy, in Christian theology, Luffy is the return of Christ. Luffy is the return of Jesus through the book of Revelations. The original Joy Boy that we keep talking about from 900 years ago is the original Jesus that was born of Mary, that walked to the earth and had his earthly ministry. So when we think about the egg, right, and that it symbolizes Jesus' resurrection, how does that tie in with Luffy, you know? Unless Luffy was hatched from an egg. I don't know. I'm not sure how to connect that egg to Luffy, especially in the context of resurrection, you know? I don't know how to tie them together. I see Joy Boy as Krishna and Luffy as Kalki. Yeah, of course, Luffy is going to take inspiration from multiple sources. And I feel like every stream I have to remind people that, right? Because if I say that Luffy is based on Jesus, people will say, no, he's based on Hanumanji. If I say Luffy's based on Hanumanji, they say, no, Luffy's based on Jesus. Luffy has multiple inspirations. And I've done videos on the Hanumanji. I've done videos on Krishna. I've done videos on Luffy or Blackbeard taking inspiration from Three Siras. I've done videos on Emu taking inspiration from Ravana. It's just simply that these major One Piece characters are not one-dimensional. They take inspiration from multiple things. So Emu is going to take inspiration from Umibozu, the Japanese yokai. Emu's going to take inspiration from Satan in Christian theology. Emu's going to take inspiration from Nero in real life history. The Nero one is really interesting because Nero was the one that killed Christians, right? He was killing Christians. He was persecuting Christians. And then on top of that, we know that the D-Clan, Joy Boy, Luffy, we take a lot of Jesus lore from the poneglyphs to the rebirth, all that kind of stuff. It makes sense that they would persecute the D-Clan like how the Christians were being persecuted. And then Nero, Nerona, Emu, Nerona, Emu, Nero, Emu. You know? It's all one thing, man. Krishna, Jesus, or all of them are no. Krishna and Jesus are not the same thing. I'm going to try to be calm. That's just intellectually dishonest. Like, personally, I can't stand when people say that these gods and these deities and these people are the same, because that shows that you don't know what you're talking about. That shows that you don't know what those people believe and what those people said. There's things that are you live on earth, right? You believe in the law of non-contradiction, right? Sometimes in life there are two ideas, two results that diametrically oppose each other. Sometimes in life, two things that are different cannot be true in the same way at the same time. The law of non-contradiction. So either your phone is on or your phone is off, right? It's either on or it's off, right? There are things that Jesus stood for. There are things that Jesus believed in. There's things that Jesus taught. There's things that Jesus died for that is not nearly the same thing as Krishna or Prophet Muhammad or Allah or whatever. I feel like the only people that say like all these gods and deities are the same thing are the people that don't actually look at what they were teaching and what they were saying. I'm sorry, that just gets on my nerves, because that's like saying, yeah, me and you are the same person. No, we're not. Gupta is in the fact right. The creation and savior story is structure the Sam in every culture all over the world. The creation story is over 14k years old. Yeah, but they're all different from each other. They don't all share the same details. And if you look at the details behind like the creation world of let's say Christian theology, it's not the same as Islam. It's not the same as Hinduism. They're not even the same. You would have to make it so vague that it's like, oh, a great deity made the universe. You'd have to be so vague because when you look at the finer details, it's not the same. And they differ, they are different in ways that can't be mended. That's like saying Sanji is not stronger than Zoro. Saeed with the 249. Thank you, bro. So you think Rox has a devil fruit? If yes, so what? Yo, guys, comment down below. Does Rox have a devil fruit? Comment down below, man. Does Rox have a devil fruit? Also, I just realized we didn't even talk about the silhouette on the final panel. Dude, I went so off topic, dude. I totally just forgot. I just remembered. We didn't even talk about the silhouette. We'll get back to that. Saeed asks, do you guys think that Rox has a devil fruit? I don't know. Because if Rox is supposed to be this legendary figure, he was so powerful, he was going to destroy the world government, he didn't have a devil fruit. And I guess you could make an argument because look, Shanks is super infamous, Shanks is super powerful, Shanks doesn't have a devil fruit. And if you try to argue Shanks is the devil fruit, you're going against his character, and I don't even want to get into that. But you know, you can go either way. Kaido, world's strongest creature, he had a devil fruit and he was good in hockey, proficient in hockey. But then by that same token, Shanks is a prolific figure. He's literally a Yonko. He doesn't have a devil fruit. So I think it's really difficult. And I actually, many years ago on YouTube, you could probably find the video, I've done videos on what Rox's devil fruit would be, Roxy Zebek. And I can't remember what it is. It was something from Hinduism. I can't remember what it is. If someone could go on YouTube, search up my name, Rox Devil Fruit, I made a video on it. There's a demon in Hinduism that perfectly fits with Roxy Zebek. I can't remember what it was called. I could prove it as the Davidic Jesus bloodline is the proof of the kings that they are allowed to rule. Yeah, but I don't know if I'm misunderstanding you, Leon, but the point of Jesus coming from the bloodline of David wasn't necessarily because, oh, he has the blood of a ruler. It wasn't about that. It was about foretelling and foreshadowing the Messiah, because they believed that there was going to be a Messiah. You could read things like Isaiah 53, which talk about the suffering servant, right? There's all these prophecies, especially by Isaiah. They believe in a Messiah. And the reason why God had this prophecy given through people like Isaiah, that the Messiah would come from the bloodline of David, is because that would help humans, that would help people narrow down who the Messiah would be. And if it was any other person, if it wasn't David, if it was someone else, you could still be like, oh, well, why is he coming from that bloodline? You could always find something to say like, oh, he came from that bloodline because in this and that. I think it's more about the fact that they had to foretell who he would come from. And moreover, when you could see this at the beginning of the Gospels, right? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you could see how they were talking about Jesus's genealogy. That's like how it starts. So like through Joseph marrying Mary and being like the lawful, not the actual father, but the lawful father of Jesus, they traced Joseph back to David, which was 14 generations. It was 14 generations from King David to Jesus. But here's the problem. If you don't believe that Jesus is the Messiah, and you don't believe that he has the Messiah has arrived, then you think the Messiah is going to arrive either right now or in the future. Well, currently there are between 82 and 95 generations of people between King David and now. So if you had a Messiah and you were like, finally, we found the Messiah. It wasn't Jesus. We found the Messiah. You would have to look at this person you claim is a Messiah, and track 82 to 95 fathers in order. So you tell me, is that if that is likely or not? And this is just my opinion. If you guys are offended, I'm sorry, I guess, but we speak our opinions here. You guys are allowed to speak yours. Freedom of speech. I think Oda is going to do David versus Goliath this arc. Could be Usopp defeats Loki. See, I love the idea of that. I love that idea. Usopp defeating a giant fits his character perfectly. And shout out to World Boss. That is correct. Usopp defeating a giant plays into this whole character of Usopp. And him being like that little guy, you know, Usopp being a normal human. He's not someone with a crazy devil fruit. You know, he's a normal human. Usopp is a normal guy. Fighting a giant, that's a beautiful depiction of David versus Goliath. And this is the perfect arc to do it. We're literally on the land of giants. I love that theory, Young Smokey. My only issue is I don't know if I want, and this just might be my own bias, but I don't know if I want characters, let alone people in Elbaf, to believe that Usopp is the sun god, because that would be a lie. I would rather have characters around the One Piece world and characters at Elbaf to believe Luffy is the sun god, because that's the truth, right? So I guess you could have a scenario where Usopp defeats a giant, Loki, whoever. He's not crowned as sun god, but they crown him as like King Usopp, right? Kind of like how on Skypiea, didn't they make a statue of Usopp? They crown him as a king. They crown him as the bravest warrior of the sea because he fought and defeated this giant without giving him the title of sun god. I think Oda can work something out like that. Usopp can defeat a giant, maybe Loki. I don't know about that though. He defeats a giant. He's crowned as a king. They make a statue after him. They crown him as bravest warrior of the sea, but he's not necessarily the sun god. Luffy's the sun god. The Hindu demon you theorized Rocks was based on is Shambhazadana. Yeah, that's who it was. Shambhazadana. Yo, Jordan, I don't know when I put that video out. It has to be several years ago. I can't remember what my argument was, but I do remember I had some great arguments for that theory. I just don't remember what it was. Do you think current Luffy beats Shanks on Elbaf? No, I don't think so. I think Luffy is weaker than Shanks until Luffy somehow defeats Shanks or becomes Pirate King or something like that. Same thing as Blackbeard. I think Luffy is weaker than Blackbeard until the moment Luffy defeats Blackbeard. Then he surpasses Blackbeard. That's the classic manga trope. That's the classic One Piece trope. Luffy is weaker than the big bad until during that final fight with the big bad, Luffy gets this new attack, Luffy gets this new power up, then he surpasses the big bad. So I think Luffy's right now, he's weaker than Emu, he's weaker than Blackbeard, probably weaker than Shanks. It won't be until that fight where Luffy, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know where Luffy's future is heading. He got Gear 5. He has a power of imagination. Maybe Oda's going to pull out something really crazy in terms of Luffy using imagination. Like how Luffy would punch a character through another panel or something like that. Kind of like breaking the fourth wall. I don't know what the future of Luffy holds. But yeah, I think it's the classic style for, again, Luffy to be weaker than his future antagonist until during the fight with them, Luffy gets some sort of power up that allows him to defeat them. Now he's stronger than them. So like Luffy was always weaker than Kaido until Luffy got Gear 5. What is your favorite Bible verse? That's difficult, man. There's just too many. I would have to give you like my favorite Bible verse of the week or my favorite Bible verse of the day, because it always changes. Guys, comment down below. What is your favorite Bible verse? Favorite Bible verse. I'll have to give you one that I really like right now. Favorite Bible verse. You know, I read one last night about marriage, but I don't know if I want to say that one. Oh, that's a hard question, bro. Because like I don't highlight verses in my Bible. I want my Bible to be super clean. But it's getting to the point where I'm going to have to start highlighting verses. Proverbs 21:21. Honestly, my favorite verse right now would probably be something from Paul. Let me see, Proverbs 21:21. Guys, if you guys are curious, I read the NASB 1995. For those of you that are curious on the translation that I read. Let's see, Proverbs 21:21. He who pursues righteousness and loyalty finds life, righteousness and honor. Yo, Proverbs is just filled with key. I read through it like last week. It's just filled with knowledge, man. If bro, imagine like most people raise their kids with Proverbs or by Proverbs. Could you imagine like how much more loving and righteous the world would be? My grace is all you need, for my power is the greatest when you are weak. Mark 14. Look at all these. Yo, W chat. This chat is so based. John 15:13. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. Yeah. And look at what Jesus did. Lay down. Yo, okay, I'll tell you what my favorite verse is right now. Well, this is just right now. It's probably going to change tomorrow. It's related to Matt's verse. I am the good shepherd who lays his life down for the sheep. That's my favorite verse right now. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays his life down for the sheep. Phenomenal. If not, it would probably be something by Paul. That man Paul. Yo, St. Paul, man. St. Paul, bro, you were just on a different level, dude. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is human number, and the number is 666. Yeah. Book of Revelations. I did all my Black Friday shopping. Yo, W, bro. Guys, if you haven't done some Black Friday shopping, all these stores, they have some great deals right now. You guys could go on Amazon, go pick up something. You guys, if you guys haven't already, man, you guys need to get hip. If you guys are PC gamers, please, bro, for the love of everything good, get a monitor that is 144 hertz. Okay? Because everybody wants to talk about, oh, my monitor, or my game, I'm playing CSGO, I'm playing Fortnite, I have 200 FPS. But then their monitor is 60 hertz. Okay, so you don't even see the 200 FPS. You guys got to get a high refresh rate monitor. That's how you see the FPS above 60. Because if you have a monitor that's locked at 60 hertz, you're not seeing the 144 frames you're getting. It's a game changer. Playing on a monitor that's 144 hertz is night and day compared to playing on a regular 60 hertz. John 3:16, for he so loved the world that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Isaiah 40:31. John 3:16. Yeah, John 3:16 is the greatest verse to a lot of people, right? I got a headset for the first time in 3 years. Yeah, Leon, trust me, dude. Because I always slept on monitors like the 144 hertz. I always thought like, bro, what's the point? Just get a normal monitor, 60 hertz. But then I learned that, again, with the monitors, if they're locked at 60 hertz, that means that technically speaking, when you play a game, you only see 60 FPS. Like the game could say it's 200 FPS, but your monitor can't keep up with the game because it's 60 hertz refresh rate. So if you're playing games and you get like 144 FPS, 200 FPS, you need to get a monitor that's 144 hertz, because then it won't be locked at the 60 frames. It'll be locked at 144. And when you see a monitor that's 144 and you compare it to a monitor that's 60 hertz, it is completely night and day. It'll change your life. Hesitant, what's good, bro? He says, nah, for real, I have a PC with 144 hertz, and when I switched to 60 hertz, it was nasty, bro. I couldn't do it. Yo, once you go there, you can never go back, man. Ecclesiastes 4:12, though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Look at all, yo, my chat is so based. Look at all these Bible verses. Nehemiah 8:10. Yo, this man got smoke. This man Smokey got verses out of his sleeve, bro. Verses on verses. Nomad says, I'm competitive COD player, so I understand all of that. Yeah, you would know, bro. Nomad, you would know. Especially if you're playing competitive FPS games. Dude, don't even bother playing competitive if you're on a 60 hertz monitor. Luffy's mother is Mary Joie, because Luffy is Joy Boy. So Luffy, and it's more Marie Joy because it was Mary who originally named Joy Boy because she found her child happy. Hey, who is the mother of Jesus again? You want to talk to me about Mary's Joie? Mary's Joy? Going Mary? Wait. Who is the son of Mary again? Who was that? Those who are free from anger and all material desires, who are self-realized, self-disciplined, and constantly endeavoring for perfection are assured of liberation in the supreme. Wait, is that a verse? Perform all thy actions with mind concentrated on the divine, renouncing attachment and looking upon success and failure with an equal eye. Where's that from? I need a new gun safe. Oh, Oakley, you're in a Second Amendment boy. Oakley expresses that Second Amendment. Hey, good for you, man. Because in this wicked world, I don't know, man. I don't know. Guys, I'm not trying to co-sign certain things, but I can understand certain viewpoints. This world is wicked, especially if you guys, to those of you that need to defend someone, be it your girlfriend, wife, children. This world is wicked, chat. And that's just the world it is. It's just the world we live in. It's a veteran thing. That's why Dragon created the Revolutionary Army in part, I think. What is work and what is not work are questions that perplex the wisest of men. All of these quotes make me think of Usopp. Judge not and you will not be judged. Condemned not and you will not be condemned. Forgive and you will be forgiven. Yeah, forgiveness is the key to happiness. Forgiveness sets you free. Like when you have too much hatred and you have when you have too much hatred and you're holding a grudge against people, it just becomes a burden on yourself, right? And plus it's a sin, right? You know what's one of my favorite verses? He who says he loves God but hates his brother is a liar. For he hates his brother who he sees, but loves God who he does not see. Hold on, I butchered that. Whoever so says that he loves God but hates his brother is a liar. For he says that he hates his brother who he can see, but loves God who he cannot see. We need to learn how to forgive people, even when they do the worst things to you, chat. And you got to understand, you can forgive people. I think a lot of people, they need to like learn this and remember this. You can forgive people, you can love people and hold no grudges against them without having the same level of trust as it was before. So like for an example, right? Let's say someone took screenshots of your messages, right? You were in a private group chat and he took screenshots of your messages and they sent it to YouTubers. They sent it to your supporters. They sent it to Discord servers. They started posting these messages of what you said in a private group chat outside of it, right? And they made sure to not only leave out the context of what you said, but they also lied about the context. If you're a normal human, you'd probably be upset, right? Chat, you'd be upset, right? But by walking and living Christ-like, we forgive them. You forgive them because how are you going to condemn someone for a sin against you, but then you expect God to forgive your sins against him? If God had the grace to forgive the sins you've committed against him, then you should have the grace to forgive your brother who commits sin against you. So you could forgive them, but you have to understand that you don't owe them the same level of trust as what you had originally. You know? Forgiving people and loving people does not mean risking yourself. You can love someone from a distance. You can respect someone from a distance. You can pray for them, pray for their daughter, their family, whoever, pray for their success without having that same level of trust, because you still need to protect yourself. So you can forgive people and love people while still protecting yourself. Don't be a fool who allows the enemy to make them stumble. Your worst enemies will be your best friends. I mean, you never get backstabs by an enemy, right? You only get backstabbed by a friend. Betrayal only comes from friends, not enemies. Fox 45, what's good, bro? Hey, I just wanted to say that you're a genius for creating the username evil. The way you blend the balance of 333, a symbol of harmony, with Vil represent a rebellious edge. Yo, thanks, bro. Thank you, Fox. And welcome back, bro. Contrast, it perfectly captures a persona that's both intriguing and unpredictable. Seriously, it's a masterstroke of creativity. Yo, Fox, thank you, bro. Like, that's why I made the name, because clearly my name is like the contrast, like the middle ground of good and evil. Because I always felt, even before I found Christ, I always felt that life is the battle of good versus evil. What side are you gonna walk on? We know that the Antichrist is symbolized by 666. Well, 333 can symbolize harmony, and in a way, it symbolizes being in the middle. You know, I'm trying to get people to think. And another thing is, it doesn't matter what people call you. Your character speaks, right? So I can use the name evil, right? And this, I thought about all these things before I chose this name. I could use the name evil. People could call me evil, but is that really who I am? No, a name, a title doesn't mean anything. Character speaks. So sure, call me evil, 333, whatever, call me Vil, but that doesn't actually mean anything. I need my character to speak for me. So I got really deep into this, and plus, like, 333 has always been my lucky number. I always see it. It always follows me. So yeah, and plus 333 relates to my IRL name. I don't want to talk too much about that, but anyways, chat, I think we're gonna call it here. Okay, guys, I think we're gonna call it here. Guys, it's been an amazing stream. I know you're gonna be heartbroken. But guys, don't worry, we'll be back next week. Okay, we'll be back with the short summary. Okay, make sure you hit the noti bell on the channel so you don't miss the stream. Next week, when they drop the 1133 short summary, we'll be going live ASAP. We'll go live as soon as possible. When they drop the 1133 long summary, we'll be going live as soon as possible. And obviously, with the 1133 chapter, we'll be going live as soon as possible. Guys, this was a phenomenal stream. Lots of support from people like Saeed, L, Gupta, Smokey, going absolute berserk. Again, guys, give a big shout out, give a lot of love, give a big happy birthday to Young Smokey, okay? Do that for me. Young Smokey's in the chat. Tell Young Smokey happy birthday. He's a very generous person. He's very funny. He could cook theories. He's a great supporter, and he's a great friend. He's an amazing person. Young Smokey is an actual legend. I appreciate him so much. I pray that God takes care of him and guides him and gives him everlasting love, guidance, bravery, courage, and patience and understanding. But same to you guys, chat. Every single one of you, whether you guys super chat or whether you guys don't, I love all of you. Thank you guys for being patient with all of my yapping. Thank you guys for forgiving me. I'm not able to respond in full detail to every single chat message, but you guys understand, and I thank you guys. We might not have the biggest community, but we have the highest quality community. The quality of this community is just top-notch, amazing level, high tier people. We got the sus people who add a lot of comedy to the stream. You know, all you guys that make the sus jokes. It makes the stream very funny. It's not too serious and too tense. A lot of you guys can cook a really good theory. Shout out to Johan being a genius all the time. Shout out to L with the St. Charlos jokes. Guys, it's a beyond pleasure to be able to stream and have you guys watch and interact and be a true family, a true unit here, the highest quality community. With that being said, guys, take care of yourself. I wish everyone here a nice morning, day, or night, wherever you are. Stay strong, stay militant, keep your head held high. Don't let the enemy distract you. Don't let the enemy make you anxious and worried. Stay strong, strive in God. He will protect you. He will give you strength. You know what's one of my favorite verses? Is it Philippians chapter 4, verse 13? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, okay? And that's a fact. You could do it. I could do it. We could all do it. Take care, guys. Have a nice morning, day, or night, wherever you are. Get some good food. Get some good sleep. Get some good water. Get some good sunlight. Take care of yourself. And we will be back with the 1133 short summary sport.